Welcome in, cart before the horse, single by choice, truth over lies family. It is Wednesday. How you feeling today, Mr. Walker?
Yes, sir. I am feeling freaking tastic per usual. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, El Nug Nugs and Le Bonquishas. Welcome to Cart Before the Horse, Truth Over Lies. In affiliation with the Bougie Negro Podcast, and also, as all you Negroes know, in association with Ain't No Fun Once the Rabbits Got the Gun Entertainment. What's going on with you this fine Wednesday?
In the big name of Jesus, you hear me?
So here we go. Welcome in, Truth Over Lies family. As y'all see, we are streaming on the Truth Over Lies channel, but we are using the multiple layouts again. So I see some of y'all are watching on the vertical and the horizontal.
There you go. She'll bring in some more folks, newcomers on to the conversation, just like last day's show. Whether you're new or you're day one, come all this fine October 29th, 2025. Me and Mr. X very much still alive and feeling fairly fine. Report to you, Jive Chickens, with truth over lies. That's why we're here, to get the truth. We are tired of the lies that society has been spewing. We need the truth.
That part. So take a second, hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel, whether you are not watching now or part of the replay gang. Just coming in the room, hit the subscribe button.
There you go. Subscribe button and a like button or the dislike button. We know got a lot of hate watchers. Coach absolutely nothing. Go ahead. Act like you got some sense and trigger the algorithm.
That part. Also, let us know how we sounding up here. I don't know once we do this, if it changes our audio or what, but let us know.
Yeah, when we do that deal with the vertical situation, it sounds like we sound a lot louder, at least come on our end. So yeah, let us know if we blowing y'all speakers out.
That part. Also, shout out to Frederick Howard, come through gifting a membership.
Per you, good brother Frederick.
Money.
And also in the Cash App, shout out to brother Akil. I seen you in the chat earlier. He come through with a 10 ball. He says, shout out to Gavin X Mr. Walker. We moving, man.
Appreciate you, Akil. Thank you, good sir.
Oh my!
Appreciate you, brother. Brother Akil. There you go. I seen you in the chat earlier.
There you go. Appreciate you, man.
And shout out to Olawal, as she said, this is day 28 of 35. All right, the final week, the last 7 days, 7 days from now, next Wednesday will be it, finale. Right now, we're working on the last day plans, but Wednesday is the last day.
Final countdown. Huh? Gotta be here. Might be something, might be nothing. Who knows? Gotta be here for all 35 days. And salute to y'all for rocking with us all 35 days. Y'all coming through, supporting, engaging. Can't thank you guys enough. Appreciate you.
Straight like that, straight.
So here we go. Yeah, I was checking in the comments to see if we got any feedback, but
I think we good.
Okay, nonetheless, here we are. Shout out to SBC Nation, Cart Before the Horse Nation. Here we are, Truth Over Lies family. Y'all see the title? It says, we're going to talk about the truth about the behind the No EBT November, which is about 48 hours away.
Okay, we don't know the truth yet. No, we really don't. That's what kind of makes us kind of exciting. We are trying to help folks prepare for the worst, but all we can do is really speculate. But we keep collecting data. We get more and more data from media outlets, from SBC journalist. Shout out to the sister, Mrs. Raquel Rose. All y'all. It's too many of y'all to really name. Appreciate y'all. We collecting data.
Also, shout out to Sister Ebony Ding. We see y'all holding down the chat. Shout out to Leon. All right. Leon, I don't know what happened last show. We didn't even get to talk. There was so much going on. We didn't even get to talk about it. Leon fell asleep for about 80 minutes. I know your neck hurt. I don't know if you, I don't know what y'all ain't seen Leon. He was faded back in his chair. He was back. It was just smoke going. He would just sit. Leon had fell asleep.
I didn't know what I was looking at. Yeah, I didn't know.
I wouldn't call it sleep. I don't know if that was a stupor.
What you on? Molly Percocet? You acting like Future, Leon King. You say you like Ozzy Osbourne and all them Grand Rock dudes. They like the booger sugar. Huh? You partying like a rock star, Leon King? Praying to who? The Great White Buffalo?
Yeah, he nodded off. Leon nodded off for a good hour, legitimately.
Explain yourself, dungeon dweller.
Well, he was sitting there drinking and smoking right there. Okay. He said, I'm going to get back to y'all when I'm done with this drink. He was drinking and smoking, and then he just faded to the black.
Kids, that's what happens when you're up here indulging in wicked spirits and whatever he was puffing on. I ain't gonna act like I know what it was. Yeah, don't do drugs, kids. Dare to be better. Right? Bring back the Dare program. I was a Dare kid. y'all some hooligans.
Nonetheless, y'all know what it is. We will be dropping the link here shortly. All right. We're going to get y'all up here sooner than later so we can get cooking, because y'all know we ain't going to be up here all night, because some of y'all show up late. Get here early. We see y'all coming into the room. Hit the like button. Be ready.
There you go. Don't try to jump up on the screen. Hour 2.5 hours through the show.
Hour three as we closing down.
They do. Hey.
Nonetheless, we appreciate y'all.
For sure.
So here we go. We're going to get into it. We're going to start here. Hit the like button.
Trump administration says it will not use emergency funds to pay for federal food benefits with a fast approaching deadline. CBS's Christina Fan is in New York with details on that. Christina.
Well, Jericho, 1 in 8 Americans rely on SNAP benefits, and tonight there is mounting worry for them. They might not be able to afford food with money running out 1 week from today.
I think people are starting to panic.
Food banks around the country are flashing warning signs.
We've been having about 7 to 10 new people a day this week.
Look at that. That was full this morning.
The pantry at Calvary Episcopal Church in Kentucky ran out of food for the first time in its 43-year history.
We feel like this is the tip of the iceberg.
Members of the California National Guard are now deployed to help food banks in the state. In Massachusetts, 16% of residents rely on SNAP benefits, which provide an average of $187 a month, or about $6 a day.
I don't know. Is this more critical than we all know? So they say 1 in 8 people rely on it. So that's over, that's around 45 million, 50 million people. Don't know. Crazy.
I look for historical events. She stated that this is the first time this food pantry has been emptied in 43 years. It didn't get emptied during Cootie's 19's run. 43 years. I'm collecting my data as well. It's looking gloomy as hell, by the way.
Yes. Shout out to JP. He was live today going to the pantry as he normally do. He got there was a line. And he walked up. He was trying to go through the door. They was like, whoa. They said, get to the back. He said, oh, this a line? And it's like, yeah. And the cold, too, as y'all know, it's getting cold out.
This ain't good, folks. This ain't good. It's looking grim. Prepare accordingly. Winter is upon us.
Democratic Governor Maura Healey holds President Trump responsible.
Leadership is a choice. And sadly, President Trump has chosen to take away food from people all around this country.
Aboard Air Force One, President Trump told reporters he's not to blame.
Well, I'm going to let some other people talk to you. I'll have a comment on that later, but the Democrats are stopping it.
The sudden loss in federal food aid will ripple beyond homes into stores and businesses. Every dollar in SNAP benefits generates $1.54 in economic activity.
This is what I was hitting on the other day.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
I didn't know the exact terminology, but every dollar equals $1.54 in economic activity. And shout out to Raquel. I see you saying they're trying to extend it. That's what a lot of people are saying. They're trying to extend this thing through December. I don't know. Somebody better do something.
They trying to bring folks to their knees. That's what I'm getting. Here's my thing too. That person up there at the podium complaining gets you nowhere. Complaining, and this is why I get upset at the pandering and the coddling, because that satiates folks for a while. Just, it's wrong, and we blaming the orange man. That ain't putting food in nobody's stomach. That ain't about to change the tide of nothing. That's not about to do anything. But folks will feel good for them. Oh, they spoke up, and y'all all still gonna be hungry. Plan accordingly.
So right now, we documented it as we going. We know the food banks are telling them we ain't gonna have enough money. We talked about that yesterday. There ain't gonna be enough food. And then I see a lot of these emergency heat stipends. It's winter time and they can't shut the heat off, but now they like, we ain't got the money for that. So it can't be no heat, no food.
Hell!
You see, okay, again, growing up where we from, yeah, even though you poor, they always was gonna provide you with some kind of food. Meals on Wheels, churches having free lunches, things of that nature. And you always was gonna have heat no matter how poor you are in the hood. You got heat. That's a fact. They can't cut your heat off. At least they couldn't. You do not see, this is what we mean by depending on that system. Folks will run they in the hood in the projects, folks don't turn their heat off. They just keep it cranked up because they ain't responsible for the bill. That's why a lot of these projects keep going through different management and keep probably defaulting because of bills. Here we are now. They say we ain't got no money to supplement y'all energy usage. Y'all don't get it. The chickens really come home. I remember telling my mama in the projects, like, why you keeping these lights on, mama? Well, I don't pay the bill. This is experience. I know it's a small amount, though. I know.
So every dollar in SNAP equals $1.54 economic activity.
I don't know exactly how that works, but yeah, welcome to a company ran by bankers.
Man. And shout out to brother Steven. He says Uncle Sam is breaking up with single moms.
Heart via text message, Steve. He ain't even doing it in person. He just sitting there text, hey, it was fun while it lasted. See you never.
Oh, man, here we go.
God damn!
Hit the like button.
Quite a bit of our sales come
Stopping it.
The sudden loss in federal food aid will ripple beyond homes into stores and businesses. Every dollar in SNAP benefits generates $1.54 in economic activity.
quite a bit of our sales come from EBT recipients. Right now it's making up about 10 to 15% of our.
And I talked about that, the little hood stores, whether they foreigners or a lot of our own people that, take them EBT cards. And I just looked up economic activity. All right. It is the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Plainly.
Okay. So that's so you got probably throwing in there transport, maybe, okay. Just every which way that money accumulates. So people stocking the shelves with the food stamp, food, stuff like that. Okay, just all that it entails to get it to the shelf and to you.
That part.
Activity.
Quite a bit of our sales come from EBT recipients. Right now it's making up about 10 to 15% of our total sales a month.
And Democrats say they will not vote to reopen the government unless there is an extension of health care subsidies for millions of Americans, while Republicans say they want the government to reopen first before any negotiating.
And that's where we at. All right. The Republicans are at the point now where they say, we are not even willing to negotiate until y'all open the government back up. Democrats are saying, we will open it back up if y'all do, let's negotiate, let's do. The pro said, no, we ain't negotiate nothing. Sign, let's open, and then we'll come up with something.
Gangsta. This is gangsta, man. There you go. I'm the Democrats, Mr. X the Republicans. I'm like, look, dog, people hungry. Like, let's just get this going, Mr. X, so that folks can eat. We'll, I'll I'll agree to your terms once you get these people back their food stamps, Mr. Republican. That's what we got. Folks making promises with their fingers crossed. That's what they doing. And they like, no, you first. No, you first. But you first. And in the meantime, the citizens are going hungry and in a panic. Ain't nothing changed in history. It's been going on.
So that's where we at. It's kind of a standstill. All right. And one thing we know, T Money said the other day, some of these programs are never coming back. Some of this stuff, maybe some of these jobs, a lot of things is unfortunate.
We've been calling it. Again, we are in the era of I told you so. We've been telling you guys. We've been telling our direct family members. We've been preaching this and been getting ridiculed, talking like this since we were teenagers for the most part. Been on this kind of time. And now the chicken's finally coming home to roost. But half of them got ate by raccoons on their way back in. So it's more desperate than y'all thought. And it's unfortunate. You made the mistakes.
If you're just coming in, make sure you hit the like button.
People are going to result into violence and also stealing, because how are they going to survive with feeding their families?
That's what one person in Greenville who uses SNAP benefits told me. She's worried people will take drastic measures all over eastern North Carolina if they don't get their benefits for the month of November. She's not the only one who told me that either.
I mean, they got to take care of their kids. What you think? They're going to let their kids starve? I wouldn't either.
Officials from multiple counties in the east tell me if your family receives SNAP benefits, you could go without. It's all because of the federal government shutdown. NCDHHS sent the counties a letter saying if the shutdown continues, they can expect to see disruptions in food assistance programs.
So the disruption looks like the benefits will not be issued in the month of November.
A whopping 35,000 families are at risk of not getting benefits across Pitt, Onslow, and Craven counties. Onslow gave a total of $3 million in benefits for September. Here in Greenville, Pitt County Economic Support Services Administrator Thomas Knight says officials are
$3 million. And this is county by county, like we say, trillions. What is it, 100 trillion or something? 120 trillion a year. He said 3 million last month just for his county. We had the white guy the other day. He was in that county. He said it was 6 million last month for his county. I understand how many counties are in each state. You understand? Some of these state, the budgets each month is in the hundreds of millions.
Jeez, a weasel. So I'm starting to get a picture now. It's going to be like, in my mind, I'll keep envisioning this dystopian existence that seems to be coming down the pike fast as Hades. Like, it's just going to be pockets. Like you said, these are broken up by municipalities, and this is crazy. It's going to be like gangs, Hunger Games. Oh, there it goes.
working together with community partners to come up with some kind of plan to help.
We are not saying that we can match what they currently receive, but we are trying to come up with a plan to make sure that households are not going without food.
But that's not the only kind of help you can get if your family is impacted by this.
And I think that initially there will be a lot of help these initial days, right? Like I keep telling y'all, let's get to the 20th and see if something shake. All right, there is going to be money. The state's got money. The churches, there's a little bit of nest egg. Might last you 2, 3, 4, 5 days. They might have a little something, a little sketty, a little grits. But listen, it won't be long before they run out.
Again, listen, y'all know our overall message and outlook on this. People really shouldn't be going hungry. I really don't think that's the case. Can we all acknowledge that as a whole, we eat too much? Can we acknowledge as a whole we have gotten too used to things we desire and like and have gotten away from the things that we need? That'd be all right. Folks just gonna start complaining about Kansas sardines and tuna fish. We talked about this last night. There will there will always be food. It just ain't gonna look pretty. Yeah, folks want to be poor people want to be able to put on for the multitude. They want to be able to go live on Thanksgiving with some big ass turkey and all these fixings all around. It's over. Ain't nothing gonna be IG, you know what I'm saying, ready. It's gonna be destitute. Cans of sardines, maybe a little mashed potato, maybe a little Hawaiian sweet roll at best.
We'll see. I think there's still gonna be turkeys. The economy gotta keep going. These people, what are these farmers gonna do? The turkeys are already there. The turkeys are farmed. It ain't like they just start making the turkeys today. They've been planning for this for months, if not all year, since last Thanksgiving. The turkeys got to be sold or something. Somebody got bombed. Something got to shake.
This is America. They will discard it and claim some type of insurance claim. Then they do that during cooties. They remember they was dumping all that milk, and they said we just dumped. They was dumping hundreds of gallons of milk, and it's some type of insurance claim. That's America. They would rather claim it as insurance than give it to y'all for free.
Here we are. This is getting wicked.
Can get if your family is impacted by this. Deasia Hawkins not only uses SNAP benefits herself, but she also has a small support business called One Step Peer Support, where she aims to help people in the community who might lose this lifeline.
We help with emotional support, we help with educational support, and we help with jobs, different things to be able to get you on your feet.
Why she look like AI? I'm so sick of this. I don't know what's going on. It's dystopian. All right. She said that she collects SNAP herself, but she also has a program where she helping folks. I mean, granted, but man, we talk about this stuff.
We do. This is my mama, man. It's beautiful, right? The poor people always wanting to help the poor. That's, and I don't know what, because it's not smart, because you can't help nobody if you can't help yourself. This is that poverty mindset. I get it. I truly do. I want to help you because I know what it feels like to need help. I understand that so much, but you ain't in no position. Folks coming to you for help for their mental health, and you need help with your mental health. You see how it's not working out. Y'all just coddling each other's insecurities and baggage at best.
Man, and shout out to Lavelle. He come through and says, "We black.
We black and we back."
All right, as my man said.
And you ain't black.
That's one of my favorite. Y'all let him get away with that.
Shout out to Uncle Joe.
And you ain't black.
Y'all let that white man say, if you don't vote for me, he looked right in the camera. I remembered, I think I was watching live. Then you ain't black. I said, mother.
And what you do? You went right down to the poll and voted for him. Man.
God, the devil is a liar. No, the hell I did not. I sat there and I let the pain sink in. I shall not choose the lesser of two evils. I leave it to the Lord. God, it's in your hands. I don't trust none of these mother suckers. Y'all gonna make me cuss this evening.
And shout out to EV. He says AI Quisha needs a workout plan.
We don't know. Is it AI, brother EV? Is it?
Listen, I'm getting to the point where this is getting rough. Y'all don't want to live in this world. I promise you, when they start distorting things, blurring the lines of reality.
I mean, look, for real now. Look at this. Take a look at it. Big old chest mural. How are we poor? And look at that big old tattoo. Tattoos are not cheap unless you train Kudakata for ink, but that's a whole nother story. Nevertheless, it's pure madness. Dang it.
Oh, yeah. And shout out to Frederick Howard. He says Bonquisha will still have energy to move that stank junk, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
The EV, he says Glazed Galaxy Game Committee is now in session.
Hear you. Got one for you, EV.
Shout out to EV. So here we go. We will be dropping this link here in a minute. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Right now, we went from Uncle Joe saying this.
And you ain't black.
Now let's bring out Uncle Bernie.
Bernie.
I want to see the shutdown ended tomorrow. Got a lot of good, decent, hardworking federal employees not getting their paychecks. That is not right. But I want to explain to everybody really what's at stake, because I don't know that people are clear about it. As a result of Trump's big, beautiful bill, 15 million low-income and working-class Americans are going to lose their health insurance. Studies indicate that when you take away health insurance for so many people, you know what happens? 50,000 people will die unnecessarily every single year. 50,000 of our fellow Americans. And then on
Uncle Byrne, here you go, fear mongering. So he's saying 15 million people will lose their health insurance. Is he saying due to the shutdown or due to the comeback? He said due to the shutdown.
Due to the shutdown. Yeah, saying so they and so with that many people losing benefits, 50,000 will perish. I'm looking up how many Americans perish a year just to get an idea. Because shout out to Beans. No. We on this train. That's a minute number. That's what we was told. Yeah. No, 50,000? That ain't even 1%. No. Oh well, too damn bad.
This is wicked. So here we are. You right. This is crazy.
Die unnecessarily every single year. 50,000 of our fellow Americans. And then on top of that, and people are now in Vermont and around the country getting their notices from insurance companies.
Right.
In my state of Vermont, people are getting notices that their premiums, which are now outrageously high, are going to triple, in some cases quadruple, on average nationally double. Why did Trump and the Republicans do this? In order to pay for a $1 trillion tax break for the 1%.
Here we go. Listen, here we are. All right, Uncle Byrne. It seemed like he's been saying the same stuff forever, right? But yet the world's still been turning. All right, the poor people. I guess poor people are getting poorer, but got to vote better. We got to do better as a culture. We got to spend our dollar better. Stay out the retail stores.
First starts off, I got to go to the core. It starts off with education. Education makes a man unfit to be a slave or indentured servant or hamster running in this hamster wheel. Like, you got to educate yourselves. Coming from the depths of the hood, that was the number one thing. Got to educate ourselves. And when me and Miss X was in school, we took pride in getting education. We were not part of a generation that thought it was cool to be dumb and stupid. We made fun of each other if you didn't show some intelligence. You have to grow out of that poverty mindset. As long as you have that mindset, it's over. Like, you got to educate. We got to educate ourselves first. You can't just give folks money. We talked about this last night. You just give them money. Shout out to Dave Chappelle when he had that skit. When everybody got reparations, what ninjas buy? Huh? Newports, Jordans, and Cadillacs. It's unfortunate.
That part, wicked work. So here we go. Hit the like button. Shout out to Uncle Byrne. Now we go get into it. We about to drop the link. Y'all know we got another video we want to bring up because we want to talk about something. Right now, the number one conversation right now is 2 words or maybe 1 word: per capita. All right. It come down to that. So folks are like, oh, y'all on welfare more. Y'all owe more. No, this is the number. No, that's the number. And a lot of people are saying raw numbers versus per capita. And that's the argument right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still a little confused on that. I'm paying attention.
So the per capita will be, per 1,000 people. So how many black people per 1,000 are on it versus white people per 1,000? All right. But there's more of them than us. So obviously our numbers will be more. So it's that,
There you go. I looked up. So for white folks take up the most of these funds. Here we go, though, the welfare funds. But what is it? 3 to 4 out of 10. 3 to 4 out of 10 white folks are on some type of government assistance. But 1 out of 4 African Americans are. So there you go. That's the data. 1 out of 4 African Americans are on government assistance, and between 3 to 4 out of 10 white folks are on government assistance.
And shout out to Raquel. Usually those people use it. Like you said, if that's the argument, because you can say there are more white people on food stamps than black people. They say, nah, not per capita. And then two things is true.
And so what's the basis of that argument? They're saying that, by per capita, we are on there. So if we had as much as this, if our population matched theirs, we would outnumber them as far as how much welfare benefits we take up to help people bring this along. So if we per capita, based on the per capita numbers, if we match population,
or if we had the same numbers to them, we would be able to compete on the same scale. So they might be on it more than us at that point. We might be the dominant race. So it come down to that. If there was 6 times more black people in the country, hell.
There you go. Yeah, they probably don't like that too much at all.
Hence Planned Parenthood and some of this stuff. This was a setup.
We
could be there. We could be close, but people been deleted. And
how many folks we lose to Planned Parenthood? That was all it was Planned Parenthood. Y'all know it. Look up the origins of it. That's what drives me crazy. Like, for the most part, the Dems were defending that right to delete your babies. Planned Parenthood was put into place for one reason only: to keep the number of black babies down. That's it. There was no other reason why they bought it to be. They wanted to keep our population down, and we ran to them. Happy. Egregious. Nobody want to talk about that, though.
That part. So if you're just coming in, hit the like button. I see y'all backstage, Brother Swizzy, Brother Jay. I'm going to pull this video up, and we're going to keep getting into it. Shout out to this guy here, Amazing Lucas. Go check him out. His link in the description. He hit on a lot of this per capita stuff. We're going to go down this rabbit hole.
So I think we're all aware of the government shutdown that we're experiencing right now, that many of the programs such as WIC and SNAP benefits are going to be cut off. And that's going to leave millions of people just foodless. That's what's going to happen. Now, I posted on my Twitter talking about, hey, over 18 million white people are going to be suffering due to them voting for a white man who doesn't care about white people. Damn. That's roughly the number, according to Pew Research, is around 45% of white people are on, EBT food stamps. And that translates, into roughly about 17 million people. Okay. Not 18, but 17 million white people are going to be starving.
Ironic.
Naturally, anyone reading this would be like, oh, damn, that's a lot of people who are going to be hungry. We should do something about this. You would think that would be the response. But I'm going to be honest with you. This is why I say they're cooked. And I mean this respectfully. This isn't an attack on white people. This isn't that. This is honestly, it's honestly coming from a point of sympathy, because I constantly talk about how black people suffer from post-traumatic slave syndrome. And we're seeing in present time, literally the shirt. This is the reason why I made this shirt. And it stems from the Lyndon B. Johnson quote, where he talks about, hey, if you can make the poorest, white person feel that they are better than the best black person, you can go in their pockets.
This is what I've been trying to reference the whole time, Mr. X. This.
So here we are. So this guy here, like I said, he going down this per capita thing. We're going to go down this video. Don't know who the guy is. I see y'all in the chat. Y'all know, y'all be knowing everybody. We just go mine through the video. So, yeah, but Mr. Walker has been hitting on this. So, here we go. What does it say?
If you can convince the lowest and poorest of white man that he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pockets, because I got somebody to punch down on. This is why I don't like division. Division does nothing for us, man. Says he'll give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. Sweet Jesus in the morning time. Everybody getting a Ponzi scheme run on them, man. This is that division. It's classism. It ain't race, man. I promise you it's not. We're going to find out the hard way, though.
So what you got, Brother Swizzy? We'll get you in. What's your take? Welcome up, brother. There we go.
What's up? How y'all doing?
All right.
Good, brother. Welcome in.
I'm just gonna let somebody else speak. I'm just still trying to take it in.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let this keep going now. Let this keep going. Hit the like button.
Welcome in, brother Red Pill.
And what is happening right now is literally that. That quote is the manifestation of what is currently we are experiencing and witnessing. Because you want to know what people were saying to other people. You had Maj Touré and other individuals who are pointing this out, that, hey, white people are going to be negatively impacted by this. You had people talking about their favorite word, per capita. Now, this is this is something that is mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing to me. I'm going to be honest with you. If someone were to come to me and be like, Lucas, millions of black people are going to die next Tuesday. Millions. My knee-jerk reaction wouldn't be, oh yeah? Oh yeah? Well, what about per capita? Per capita, less black people are going to die than white people. Did you ever think about that?
Are you retarded?
That wouldn't be... That wouldn't be my reaction. That wouldn't be anyone with an IQ above room temperature's reaction. The only people who would react like that are those who have been conditioned, who are foaming at the mouth with anti-black hatred. And that is what we are witnessing, fam. It is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to see white people, on the Nazi platform known as X talk about, well, per capita, more black people are on EBT. Per capita, more black people are on SNAP. Once again, I don't know, for all the racist white people out there, how does per capita help Charlie Kirk? How did per capita help Charlie Kirk? Their knee-jerk reaction when Charlie Kirk was gone was to be like, well, per capita, more black people are violent. I'm just like, you just lost a very prominent white person.
Yo, this dude, the amazing Lucas, all right, apparently he's a wild character, as y'all can see in this video. But he hitting on the per capita thing. I'll get you in, Unc. I want to get Jay in first. What you got, brother Jay?
Salute, brothers. Thanks for having me up again. What's up, chat? What's going on, panel? Man, I've lived around the world. I've lived in all different demographics of neighborhoods or whatever like that, man. We are all the same, man. We're all the same, man. We all got the same issues, the same problems. Our only problem is history. Things that have happened to people that look like us from other people that don't look like us in the past. And we can't let it go. I mean, some stuff lingers and is passed down from generation to generation. We all know that stuff. You're not going to ever get rid of racist people. You're not, man. But we are not those people before us. We've got opportunities now. Our ancestors, there's nothing that we can compare that we're going through today to the things that our ancestors went through when they were brought over here.
Amen.
And for us to always bring it up like, man, the slaves, like yada yada yada. Yeah, they went through that for us to be where we are right now, and we're not capitalizing on it. And whenever I'm on something and made to feel like a coon or like I'm buck broken or something like that, because I'm like, we can do this. There's nothing stopping us. And I criticize people that look like me. Oh, bro, you a coon. How am I coon? Because I'm holding us to a higher standard. I don't want us to be perfect. It's not going to happen. But damn it, if I'm not going to hold us to a higher standard, it's not a white standard. It's a better standard. Civility. Civility isn't white. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's, you get all these guys, you don't speak your native tongue. We speak another foreign tongue. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I don't speak Swahili. I don't speak any other language. I speak English. So why not speak English properly? Who's the real coon? You know what I mean? The one that's wants to hold us to a better standard, or the one that's okay with us staying at a certain level, feeling comfortable in the ninja tree. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I don't use that word. You know what I mean? Though it's like, I don't know, man. And like why are we arguing about food stamps and EBT?
Because for some folks, that again, the dependence, you know what I mean? Folks that depend on it, that's why they're in the uproar, because this is a huge matter for the poor demographic. And I want to say it's a huge topic for the poor demographic that depends on it, whether you're black or white.
Well, here's the bigger issue, Mr. Walker. People don't talk about how many people are actually poor. I think that's what's missing here, about the haves and the have-nots and the class separation we are witnessing. And people like how many, the majority of people we are finding out are at this line.
Just as we kept saying via SBC and Car Before the Horse, we have these arguments, and me and Mr. X are documented saying it's so many of us in these positions. And then we've had detractors like the HQs and the Beans and whoever saying, no, there's not. We are about to find out who was telling the truth and who was lying.
We see it. We like y'all, we all have anecdotal experiences that we've seen in our lives, man. The environments that we in, whether it's just a small fraction of it, it's still the environment that we were in. We went and everybody at the till was paying with Monopoly money. I've seen it as a kid. Like, come on, man. It doesn't matter. Like the whole per capita, it doesn't matter. Your perception becomes the reality in this. We know it's a whole bunch of poor white people. I've been around poor everybody. Poor Asians, poor Mexicans, poor white. I've been around everybody. Everybody is going through it. But for some reason, I don't know if it's the machine pushing us forward or if it's just because our innate ability to be attractive to everything. Everybody is attracted to Black people. Everything we do, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, everybody's attracted to us. So our stuff is pushed forward. We are overrepresented in the country. We are a very small population, but
in the worst ways.
In some of the worst ways, and some of the best. I mean, look at all sports. Look at the dominant sports in our country.
Yeah,
we are overrepresented in those sports, and we thrive in those things. You look at the music industry. We push the music industry. People steal from us. Name one non-Black person that a Black person has stole from and got to a level of like, it's sent it to a level of like, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, or something like that. Other than her like country music, whatever, like that. That's just manufactured. But I mean, legitimately, everybody takes the things that we have inherent and they take it and they run with it. They love our culture. That's why all this the negative stuff shows more than the other negative stuff from other people. I've been trying to find YouTube pages that show just like the dash cams and stuff. I've been trying to find videos where it's just all not us wilding out, nobody else, not us at all, but white folks wilding out, doing all the ratchet stuff. And I can't find it because nobody puts that stuff out because it's less entertaining. They love to see us mess up. They love to see us mess up. And the more opportunity we give them to show it, then they're gonna show it. If we don't do it, they can't show it.
I seen a couple. I was watching some today where some dash cam videos with Billy Bob and Mary Jane, and they just drunk and belligerent, dirty, and it's just like I don't care. I'm watching it. They acting just as good, or they getting tased. They both got warrants. The same thing, but I don't care.
Yeah, it's there. It's there, but it's not in the same way. I'm not saying that they don't do it because we watch it like on Go Creekery channel on Wednesdays. They watch all that craziness, man.
Yeah, shout out to Go Creeky. Was it White Folks Wednesday or something?
Yeah. They do it the same. It's just it's not pushed the same. I don't know why. I don't have my finger on that button. I don't know.
So here we go. I'll get you in. What you got, G Honda? Welcome up, brother.
Welcome in.
Salute. What's good? Now I was gonna speak to what Jay was speaking on. That's why I celebrate Black History always, because like it's always like it was always a point in time that we've always invented things and we always came up with things, but they were stolen and taken from us over the years. But as far as this like per capita thing, like y'all was speaking on, or even the Lyndon B. Johnson statement that he spoke on, I mean, it just just got us to where we are today and putting us in further detriments. I think, but as far as that per capita thing with this whole EBT thing, I mean, I don't buy into it too much. And my only reasoning for that is because, I mean, it's still bleeding hard-earned taxpayers. Like what, I mean, I wouldn't call it an empty argument, but I would just say like, what difference does it make when you got majority of us working class individuals that are being drained from this issue?
That part.
That's all I had.
And there are, I feel you, brother G Honda. but a lot of folks' argument is that we're not putting a lot of money into the system.
You got some feedback, brother. That's why I'm muting. You got feedback, brother.
Leon, wow. But yeah, you're right, G-Hun. You're right. I lost my train of thought. Leon King up here.
But we'll get you in. What you got?
We good now?
Yeah, you got feedback while we're talking, so you got to stay muted.
Okay. Well, let's start on this Lucas guy. Who baby mama is this? Who baby mama is this Lucas guy? He arguing just like a baby mama. People that don't like per capita don't like stats. People that don't like per capita are the same ones that say that stats is bashing. If I say the CDC says 60% of Black women is obese and another 20% is overweight, am I bashing? Am I attacking? Or am I just saying something at an official government organization? That's the same way people don't like per capita. Let me tell y'all why it matters. When people say bring up per capita, they don't just bring it up because people be like, 1 million Black people, well, per capita. No, they bring it up because people like to use the number of white people doing something to justify their stuff. They'll say, well, 30 million white people doing this. And that's when per capita come up, because if it's more of them, of course, more of them are going to be doing that. So per capita wouldn't even come up if people didn't try to use the number of more of somebody doing something to make theirs look less. They'll say 5 million white people did it, but 50 million of y'all did it. And then that's when the per capita come up. Well, duh, if it's 300 million of us, of course more of us gonna do it. I'm just throwing out the number because I don't know how many white people it is, but that's why per capita come up. Per capita ain't racist. Per capita about as racist as this damn cell phone. It's not a fucking thing. It don't have a mindset. Stats, numbers, data can't be racist. It just can't, because it don't even have a brain. Now, if someone lays it out, the numbers, your feelings make it racist. The simple fact is, if you have more other people, it's going to be more of them doing just about anything. Straight up. If it's more of them die per year. If it's more of them probably abuse their kids. If it's more of them, it's just fucking basic numbers. And it's weird. But like I said, per capita wouldn't even come up if they didn't try to use the number, more people to validate their bullshit. And that's why I come up as it ain't the first thing to come up, like he said. It's usually the second thing to come up.
Well, here we go. I'm gonna let this keep going. We'll get the rest of y'all in.
And I'm really the only person on these YouTube streets who is really trying to lend an olive branch to these individuals, to let them know, hey, you're getting got. You're getting played right now. The rich white man that y'all keep on giving your money to, he doesn't care about you, okay? He does not give two licks about you whatsoever. The rich white people don't live around your kind, okay? They don't see you as the same as them.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I know in your poor, trailer park mindset, you're like, well, I'm white and I'm better than the Negro over there who's driving around in the Mercedes, okay? Because I'm white and he's still just a nig in a Benz.
What? What are you talking about?
That is crazy, y'all. That is crazy, okay? I don't know how to explain this to you. How does millions of white people going to be starving, how does per capita impact them? Do you think the white person who is starving with their family, and a good chunk of the white people on these benefits are elderly, right? They're elderly. And do you think they give 2 cents about a Black person when their stomach is growling, when their kids are crying? Like, is that what you think? And here's the thing, maybe that is what they think, okay? Maybe that is in these rural areas of, flyover states where a lot of these, these poor whites, which is a majority of the white population, despite what the media wants to show you, but a lot of them are very low IQ, very uneducated, white people, Trump's base, the Republican base.
Damn.
Maybe they are with their tummies growling, going, you know what, we're going to starve to death, but at least we're not in Chicago with the black on black crime. I mean, it's... Fam, is that that what's going on? Is that what's happening? And I kid you not, as bright as the sun, fam, they are making black people the face of the EBT. And why do you think that is? Because I saw this segment on the news where it was like a black woman and a black man. They're like, hey, we need this for the family. We need this for food. And you had another black woman who was like, hey, this is going to negatively impact people.
It goes out for the single mothers that got kids. Now, what can we do? We can't feed our kids.
No, Bonquisha. Here we go. I think there could be 2 or 3 different discussions going on, depending on your perspective. So if you somebody that want to say there are more white people on it, and the bottom line, some people would say this is their country, quote unquote. They've been in charge, so they shouldn't be on it at all. Virtually, if they are the white, come from the slave masters and whatnot. Why are there so many white folks on food stamps? So there's all kind of arguments to be had, but here we are, Mr. Walker.
Yeah, listen here. I didn't say my piece on it. I want to hear what y'all jokers got to say. What you got on the EV Ray? Welcome in.
Well, hold on. Before EV, I know we got Baba T and Leon. So, Baba T, what you got? I'm going to unmute you.
Good evening, young folks. What's happening, brothers?
Welcome in, man. Doing? Good, sir.
Now, I give it to you raw. Okay, I'm old school. This is a deep thing. You know what bothers me the most? Is people say, I can't feed my children and Thanksgiving coming up. And it's people that look like us that's saying that. I stopped celebrating Thanksgiving 30 years ago because you're celebrating the demise of the indigenous people that look like you. Why would you do that? See, I keep telling people this is a spiritual thing. The more we get away from us being the spiritual and cultural people that we are, the more things are going to happen. If you look at the stats, I tell people always talk about stats. You look at the chart of when food stamps its inception, and you see it year by year, you see it rising more and more. But you look at that same chart, and you see the marriage rates among our people is lower, lower, and lower. That's a direct correlation between what our situation is. And it's really bad. When I see a man out there with a sister talking about kids, I'm like, man, what kind of bum is he? I see men talking about food stamps. That's pretty dusty, okay? Because a man don't work, man don't eat. That's pretty dusty, man. And for you to even talk, I don't know why we keep on this topic of white folks, man.
But what if he disabled? What if the man is disabled, Baba T?
Huh?
What if the man is disabled?
I'm sorry, say it again.
What if you said the man don't work, the man don't eat, but what if he is disabled?
That's a different story.
Okay.
That's a different story. That's pushing the goalpost. We want to keep it right here. Because there's a lot of cats out there that's not disabled. Like y'all say, mental health, it ain't no mental health, man. That comes from being guided and not getting your ass whooped. That's what I call it. That's where your mental health, everybody got mental health. Get the hell up out of here. I definitely must have mental health then. My mama hit me with skillets and all sorts of shit.
I know that's right.
Please, man. I got PTSD from America and the military. What the hell? But yeah, man. And I mean, the bottom line is this. Why should we, man, I'd have paid over 50 years into this system. So why should we, with the melanated brothers, are 50% middle class, single, okay? 50% of black men, 54%. You all said that same quote, okay? So why should we continually to co-sign somebody else's mistake? And that's from the young brothers and the sisters, man. You got young Nug Nug and you got old Nug Nug running around here that's talking about they make $100,000. The women gonna come to you. So what you doing to them? You rocking them out later, huh? So that's all I got to say. But I love what you all are doing. Because you know what that is? You're utilizing your cognitive behavior. You're not going through the surface. You're getting a little deep, which is called root cause analysis. So, hey, let me let
Amen.
I like what I'm in. Let me let y'all flow.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Where my boy at? I done told y'all I'm gonna have him standing out, didn't I? What did he do? Crashed out. Okay.
You gonna talk him up? Oh, you gonna talk? You gonna talk
like that?
He streamed earlier, so he probably tired.
No, I want him to come back on.
Where you at, Beans? I know you
I
watching.
don't run from no fight, especially if it's intelligent, which he does not have. Where he at?
He always looking at some yams somewhere.
So I ain't talking about him.
What you got? You got to follow up, Leon? What you got? Can you follow Baba T? Well, give us some wisdom, OG. Baba T, and us with some wisdom. What you got?
You know, I can't follow up with wisdom because wisdom doesn't need a follow up. Wisdom is just what it is, you know. And if you can apply that wisdom to your life, then you can have experience and you can have prudence and you can decide that, hey, street lights are on, I need to have my ass at home, you know. So the thing is that Baba T's wisdom, if a person listening can apply that wisdom to their life, just like with Kevin Samuels, you know, we talk like Kevin Samuels is dead and gone. No, Kevin Samuels is still alive if you're listening to him when you go to sleep at night. Them long podcasts he used to do, wake up, you know, go to the bathroom, switch it over to another one. You know, it's just like this. Bob Dylan sang about how the white man, the liberal white man, the democratic white man was saying to the poor white man, what you mad about? You got more than the blacks? You got more than the niggas? Bob Dylan said that. You know, and it's just like this. You know, you need to have a soundtrack. Look, when my maid comes over, I make sure that what we listening to, look, I've had her in here crying just because of the soundtrack that I was playing. You know, and so it's like this. You know, if you're going to listen to some music, listen to something that's going to bring you some wisdom. All that back that ass up and all that bullshit, I'm going to pop you and wet you up and all that bullshit, that ain't going to get it. You need to put on some Barry White. You need to put on some AC/DC. You need to put on some Led Zeppelin. You need to put on some Black Sabbath. You need to put on some
What this gonna do for us? What's listen to Black Sabbath gonna do for us?
Black Sabbath did a song called After Forever. It says, do you believe in that the Pope is a joke? It lets you know that after forever, there is an afterlife, and you're going to have to make your decision about where you're going to be in that afterlife. Bob Dylan said in his song, you got to serve somebody. It might be the devil, it might be the Lord, but you're going to have to serve somebody. I don't give a fuck if your name is that dude that was in that wheelchair. Yeah, Hawkins.
Stephen Hawkins.
If Hawkins didn't repent and get in line with the program, guess what? There is an afterlife. See, this life is nothing but a breeze. It's just like this. This is what it is. It's just like this smoke in this lair. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And look, this life up here can be short or it can be long according to, see, there's a thin line between freedom and life without parole. There's a thin line. You out here thinking you got that shit made. No, you ain't. Look, I'm 56, and when I was 16, I didn't know shit, and I'm 56 and still don't know shit. If you ain't constantly learning, trying to do something in your life, bring some fucking wisdom into your life. The Bible says that wisdom is outside. She crieth in the streets. But it also says there's a horse sitting on the wall. She crying out in the streets too. That married woman, she crying out there in the streets too. Now, either you're going to go with the wise woman or you're going to go with the whore. See, there's plenty of women trying to get with me. You want to know why? Because the Bible says that the adulteress wiping her eateth and wipes her mouth and said, I ain't did shit.
What if she's a wise 3 or 4? Where we at now? We at a fork in the road.
There is a such thing as a wise 304. Her name is called Rahab.
That's a siren. The song of the siren.
Yeah, she helped the Israeli spies when old boy sent the spies into Jericho.
Now, how did this help? How do all this help us with the food stamp debacle? What we got? What you got?
Well, first of all, it's a poor rat that only got one hole. It's a poor rat that only got one hole. Look, you supposed to be out here trying to look. You put the white man and the black man on an even playing field. The black man's gonna win every time. We had civilizations when the white man was in caves. You don't know about that African king that went to the Middle East, I think Egypt or wherever, had so much damn gold it collapsed the economy.
Khan Mansa Musa.
You didn't know, nigga? You just finding out?
I learned about Mansa Musa in college.
Exactly.
Irishman taught me about Mansa Musa.
All right, let me get in here. Let me get in here, Leon, because we rabbit holing. All right, I want to get EV in. Let's get back on point. EV, what's your take on this whole per capita and the whole situation?
But first of all, I developed a little cough last night because I kept doing the Leon thing all week, all day. This right here. This right here. People like, man, where are you? What are you talking about?
He possessed.
SBC Nation to see that. Oh my God. Well, I heard one of your stats earlier about the people who own food stamps. But did you know 47% of Indian descent immigrants are on that stuff? So we're not even just talking about Mexicans. Let's take Mexicans, black folks, and white folks out of it. You got Middle Eastern people. You got people that don't come and make a whole bunch of waves, people that you don't even see. They're on the system. So my take on it is that I think with black people, we want to be queens and kings and all that other stuff, but we still depend on the government. What king depends on the government to eat? A king says you're resourceful. A queen says you are helping this king be resourceful. So with that being said, we got to change our mindset. First of all, the one thing I wish we would change our mindset of is just leave this invisible boogie white man alone. I mean, can we do that part? I mean, everything ain't racist. Everything. I got a friend of mine in New York City now. She is on that Mondami train and she's talking that racist stuff. Like, so in 9/11 in 2001, they were going through buildings. I don't understand. I don't understand your point. How do we put them into the We Shall Overcome movement? So my point is that we got to change our mindsets and be resourceful. I was saying to somebody this morning, for this, and I agree with you, Walker, 100%. These people don't want turkeys. They don't want a box macaroni and cheese. They don't want to eat. They want candy. They want cookies. They want chips, and they want soda. They want the things that make them feel good. If you notice, everyone that calls the Kendra G show is the same people that own these other podcasts talking about some Trump's taking all their stuff. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like, they're all victims, but they have all these different requirements because they're so, they're entitled. And the entitlement mentality, I heard Baba T talking about the family. Like, man, our black family is screwed up because this is the time where a black man and a black woman need to be working together.
Yes.
And we've been apart for so freaking long that we don't know how to do it. And we're just too far gone for it to even come back. So now it's like the Royal Rumble. Every man for himself. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all play the next video.
Appreciate you, EV.
Appreciate you, brother. So I'm letting
Appreciate y'all,
we'll
man.
get you in, brother Swizzy. Who trying to get in here? Who was that?
Oh, I just wanted to ask a quick question. When Evie was just talking right there, I'm asking the panel and I'm asking the chat. When Evie was just talking, did y'all hear him say there was no racism? I mean, like when he was talking, was that the initial thought you had when he was talking? Evie's talking about there ain't no racism. There's racism. Was that what you heard? I just want to know. Because I didn't hear I didn't hear him say there's not any racism. He said stop blaming racism for everything.
There you go. There you go.
He didn't say there is no racism.
But if you don't blame it, then there ain't none. See, here we go. We gotta try to call out these demons. It's the crab in the bucket mentality. How you are not allowed to relinquish your victim card, Jay Tillman AV. No, you can't relinquish your gold-clad victim card. What are you gonna do without that? That's the whole thing. They like, if you don't acknowledge, if you don't constantly talk about it, you relinquishing that golden victim card that gets an exception always made for up until now. It's annoying. It's annoying.
Hey, real quick, I want to address something Leon said. So I'll be short. I'll be short with it. He said, if the black man got equal ground or equal starting point or equal whatever, we would win. But that's the problem. Why would they give us equal ground? Why would they? Who gives away an advantage? I'm not giving away an advantage. This survival of the fittest. Why would I give away an advantage? If I got a head start on you and I'm trying to win at you on something, I'm not going to make it fair in this kind of competitive world where it's limited resources. It's limited resources. It's only so much money out here. It's only so many jobs. It's only so much of things. So I'm not going to make it equal footing for you. So black people need to learn to win in spite of, regardless of, which we have done really well at that. Like I say, this is it's a utopia for our great grandfathers and grandfathers. So we have won despite, and we need to keep that mindset. But yeah, asking for them to share their advantage or make things equal footing, not gonna happen. So we could throw that shit straight in the dumpster. You better just do your thing.
I would say we need this read Powernomics. Shout out to Claude Anderson. Like you say, it's a race. It's a race for resources and power. Every ethnic group, everybody else got the memo but us, that we are in a competition in the race for resources and power.
And shout out to Sister Raquel Rose. We're not saying don't acknowledge it, but why acknowledge it with your words? Acknowledge it with your actions. I acknowledge racism every damn day with how I act. I acknowledge it with how I move through life. To hell with talking about it. Do something about it. Say here, no, they're racist. Who gonna do something? Go out into the world, present it with your best self, and make a change. I ain't talking about it. I'm gonna do something about it.
I want to acknowledge something I read in the chat because I had to address this. Young D says survival of the fittest is the evil white man's philosophy, not the way of natural man. I'm going to ask you this, brother. Do you watch the National Geographic of the animals? Do you watch how those you ever seen a fight between a caiman and a crocodile? You ever see how they try with hippopotamus? You see how they go at it? So no, so I don't think no white man. Well, I guess if God, would you want to consider God a white man? He made the animals. So this has been here since time and memorial. But what I will say what makes us more stronger is that we start with nothing and get on their level playing field. I don't need you to make me level with you. If I can get beyond you, if I can get to where you are and even over you with starting at a deficit, how am I not resourceful?
I agree. It's definitely survival of the fittest. Nature always punishes weakness. There's no, I don't care, beast, Homo erectus, don't matter. Nature, we still live in nature. It always punishes the weak. Always.
I'll get you in real quick. What you got, brother Swizzy?
Yo, what's up?
What's up, brother?
Welcome in, brother.
Yeah, man. I don't understand it, man. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, the Confederate capital of the United States. I don't see racism. I went to all black schools all my life. High school, I went to a mixed school. A little different. White boys riding around when they lift the F-150s, big Confederate flags hanging out the back, but they talk to you in class. Confusing. I don't like excuses. I like to get up, go to work, make my money, and that's it. I don't think about this when I leave the house. I ain't gonna think about it now. I remember back in the day, I forgot if I got laid off or what. My mama told me to go to the unemployment office. I drove there, got there. As a man, I didn't feel right getting out that car. So I'd rather starve before I sit here and make excuses or ask the government for a handout.
Amen, brother. See, some of us just on different times. I love that, brother Swizzy. Blessings to you. But now you sound like a coon, brother. Cause you relinquishing your victim card, you damn coon. What's wrong
Hey,
with
man,
you?
I'll be a coon, bro. I got tattoos everywhere. I got a good job. Somebody got to feed me. So if Uncle Sam gonna do it, nah, I gotta wake up and go get the money myself.
Now the reason
So I
why he
gotta
got
get
that
up and work for master.
no, the reason why he got all that money because he in Richmond, Virginia, and y'all been seeing these Richmond women come on the Kendra show. You see all these L's we've been taking lately, Gav, and so
Nah,
ain't no women to spend no money on up there in Richmond.
nah.
I like when
Yo,
niggas call
yo,
me a coon.
I would say this. I would say two things is true. Obviously racism does exist. It's America, but to have it on your shoulders and to wear it on your sleeve, I don't agree with that. But it goes on every day. I mean, it don't. Obviously, we ain't dealing with it for the most part, but there are people that's dealing with this stuff. So I can acknowledge both sides, but we got to move forward and not. I don't believe in the victim mentality, but I ain't gonna sit here and act like racism does not exist in America. That would be crazy.
Because it definitely does.
But
And again, it's yes, we know it's documented in history, and racism is still taking place today. It's just more subtle. Acknowledge it and move accordingly.
But when ninjas gonna understand that racism ain't even the biggest problem. It's real and it exists. Racism, sexism, ageism, all that stuff exists. However, the real problem is socialism, social economic class. It's the rich versus the poor, not the black versus the white, not straight versus gay, not men versus women, not Democrats versus Republican, none of that. That's all small stuff. The real thing, because a rich white conservative straight man will break bread with a gay liberal black man before he let a white person that look just like him in his house, because they all both got the same money. They'll do business deals, shake hands, and hang out with somebody that's all the opposite of their stuff. All this stuff we fight about down here is irrelevant. They keep us distracted while they sit in their ivory towers collecting money as we fight over Dem versus Republican, liberal versus conservative, straight versus gay, man versus woman, all the little weird things that's completely irrelevant to them. The only thing that matters is money, money, money. They will do business with. Think about all the pictures we saw with Hillary kissing Trump and all these people that's supposed to hate each other and have different ideologies hanging out back in the day. Man, all these people is friends, but we over here at each other's throats with when the rich people that's on the same stuff, they all kicking it. It's just ignorant. Racism is real, it exists, but the real thing, only color these people really see is green. Jay-Z not our ally. Beyonce not our ally because they black. You can't even get in close enough to breathe the same air as them. They'll let a rich white person breathe their air before they let your black ass. Think about it.
Facts.
So here we go. I see you backstage, brother Lucifer. I see you got a cam up, brother. Got to be able to see you. But
Ain't seen you in a while. Ain't heard from you in a while.
Kids, let alone if we do have jobs, again, what can we do? Because that was helping us.
It would make us, people like myself and other individuals, have to make that hard choice. Are we going to put food on the table or have proper health care?
Listen, white people, not the smart white people. Y'all get out of here. The dumb white people, the white ignorants, as I refer to y'all. Come here. Why do you think they have a black person, all right, as the face of this? Huh? Why do you think that is? I know per capita, I get that. But why do you think that is? Do you think it's maybe because it makes it easier for them to screw you over? If you're so focused on Shaniqua, right, and the well stamp, the food stamp queens, okay, they're the black women, the food stamp queens, okay, that's all they do. They do getting food stamps. Do you think it makes it a little, I guess, more palatable for you to be suffering? Do you think has that ever popped in your head? Or are you really straight up Neanderthal mindset of black person bad, white person good? Is that, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe do I have to put rocks together to communicate with some of y'all? Like, please, how do I reach these kids? Someone tell me. How do I communicate, bruh? Do I have to go into like native caveman, ooga booga, language, right? Hieroglyphics? Something, tell me. Y'all are getting played, bro. The country is being destroyed due to your racism. Do you understand that? These people would be happy with the country, going to nuclear war and be like, well, black on black crime in Chicago. I'm like, there's a nuke. Do you not see the nuke in the sky? You talking about black on black crime in Chicago? Pathetic. So when I say that they're cooked, they're cooked. They are filet mignon cooked, bruh. They done. I bring up police brutality incidents. I have, on my channel, I've covered white people who have been brutalized by police. Do you know when it comes to raw numbers, white people are more brutalized than black people, right? Now, we obviously can go into per capita and be like, well, black people per capita are more brutalized. But I'm like, you would think that white people would be like, well, hey, we're getting killed and brutalized by police at crazy numbers. But they don't care. They don't care. What if you bring up a white person being killed? They don't want to hear about it. You bring up a black person being killed, they get their popcorn out. Oh yeah. You know what? If he had just complied, none of this would have happened. And I'm just like, they have conditioned white people to not care about white people. The stick and on the carrot on the stick is black people for them. And I'm like, y'all are so focused on black people. Charlie Kirk's last words was gang violence. His last words was talking about black people. Y'all still talking about black people. Y'all are starving to death. Y'all are record highs for mental illness.
All right, so here we go. My message will be let them starve, let them continue to be mentally ill. I ain't trying to save them. So I would say if they are doing bad, let them spiral out of control and let's just continue to clean our house. So by the time they do wake up, we're going to be in good shape.
That Lucas dude got ADD. He was all over the place. He talked about 30 things in each sentence, and none of it was connecting, and it was just random. It was like whatever was popping in his head. He was just throwing it out there without cementing or verifying or locking in any of his concepts. That boy needs some Ritalin. That's the man you take when you
He's zesty. He's zesty. He's zesty as I don't know what. He's zesty. Because the first thing he did was not blame the women. I caught that. I don't know if anybody else caught that. It's not the women. What are you talking about? Who destroyed our family? Feminism. But then here you want to continue on the racism rabbit hole, but you don't want to address that other thing. And I think that's pretty much where that's one of the biggest things. And we can fix that. We don't need the government to fix that. We don't need the white man to fix that. We can fix our own families.
So what you got, Baba T? I'll get you in G Honda. Let me mute you. What you got, brother?
A lot of things that people say. Frederick Douglass once said, "Power concedes nothing but power." Okay, and we spend like 1 trillion on material things, so therefore we have economic power. Okay, but our mentality is not toward that. We got too many people out here being individualism. That's why our conditions get worse, because we never work individualism. We work collectively for our growth in this country. And say, it's a thing called Sankofa. That means to go back and bring forward. And I always say, each of you all can do something to go back and bring forward. Each of you all can go talk to the little youngsters and tell them, hey, man, I'm sorry. We let you down out here. Do you all understand me? The same way like I felt when nobody told me they loved me and they cared about me. I don't know about a lot of you all, but I'm quite sure a lot of you all folks would tell you they loved you and your family and cared about you. That's the same way they feel. Okay. So when we start talking about all this economic white folks, I keep telling y'all, man, how do you all think we survived this long? It's always been racism. Okay. Ain't no sense you keep talking about it. It's been racism as long as you know it. You ain't seen no bunch of white folks throwing in their white card, marching the streets, and somebody said, how did they get in the march that we shall overcome? You know, I got a shirt here. You know what it said? Of people who don't know their past is like a tree without roots. Don't you know, Malcolm, when you brought that up, don't you know Martin Luther King was marching on Washington with 2 blank checks? What is that called? Reparations. But the big 6, all those little civil rights people, okay, they made him change his mind. That's the history. And that's how they got the white pastor involved and all these white folks and the Zionists, because you know these are not real Jews, right? You know they're Zionists, okay? The Bible tells you Jesus came across an Ethiopian Jew, not a Jew who was Ethiopian. See, it's the lies that we tell ourselves, okay? The Jewish religion comes from East Africa, which is Ethiopian. So, you know, when we out there, man, you got to tell the truth on this stuff. You don't know how much you can bring enlightenment to these kids. That's up under you all. You're up under me, okay? So I'm spitting it to you how you should teach these kids. That's the same way how I felt. That's the same way they felt. They feel at this moment. That's the same way some of you all felt. So when we go with this EBT and all that crap, hey, a man's supposed to go out like in the old days till he makes some money and come on home to provide for his family. But one thing we keep forgetting, out of the 60s and the 70s and the 50s, our sisters worked at a 40% rate, 4 out of 10. And that's, listen, that happened a way long time ago. We've been working together, okay? Now, the other 6 out of 10, what you think they had a happy wife, happy life? They doing stuff at home, ironing stuff, laundry, doing that hustle, because we got to work it together. And so what we've done is taken on the white man's mentality, because everything is individualism. That's the white man thing. You know, that's all these other people's thing. So remember, you cannot take on another value system that's not yours and don't think it won't destroy you. Learn your value system. Understand your history, man. You all are talking, but if you don't understand the past, how you gonna know the present and how you gonna know the future?
Well, I'll say this. That's why we got y'all up here. That's why we appreciate you.
Remember one thing, please. You're supposed to take your spirituality to the highest plane. It's supposed to go higher and higher and higher. Because remember, religion and all this stuff keeps you in a box. Spirituality is a lot longer than religion. So what's more important, religion or your spirituality?
I hear you, Young. I hear you.
When we say we blacking our pride, we feel it in our gut, man. Huh? And that's what I'm trying to get to you all. I dealt around a lot of military revolutionary brothers. You know, I didn't like white folks since I was born because I knew who the enemy was. My family will tell you. I ain't never liked white folks. I'm concerned about what we doing. Hey, that drops like a gem, baby. That's a gem right there.
There you go. Well, listen, Unc, like I was saying, we appreciate having you, the old timers, up here, because understand that this is recorded. This is documented. So this is a reference point. All right. We ain't just on the street or in the barbershop. You know, it all could be effective, but this here ain't going nowhere. We need y'all old timers. Y'all can't keep leaving the earth. Listen, listen. Y'all can't keep leaving the planet with y'all knowledge. We got to put it on wax. Look at Leon laughing because that's what he want to do. Leon want to take all the secrets with him. Tell us, Leon.
This right here. This right here.
I learned on my own. Okay. I didn't learn none of this stuff in school. I dropped out of school in 8th grade. I didn't go back to school. So everything I learned, I didn't learn from my family. Okay. I learned on my own, man. You know, so those are excuses. History is still there if you want to read it.
So okay, so you saying that Now, here you go, Baba T. Can we, brother? You served in the military. Oh, like you are a bit different. I would like to call you an exceptional ninja. All right, you're an exceptional brother. Everybody ain't gonna be able to traverse your lane. Everybody ain't gonna be able to traverse Mr. X's lane or mine.
Why not?
Like I think we gotta. I believe we gotta cut down a little bit on the dangers of failure. Like everybody ain't gonna be able to travel the path of Baba T. It's
Listen here.
yeah.
Why did you think we got this so far, man? What did I say, Sankufa? You got to go back and bring forward in another little way you can. You know, our slogan is reach one, teach three, not reach one, teach one. Okay? For every 36 pink people, it's 6 of us. So can you imagine you trying to bring some type of parallel to these people? No, man. You don't think we've been working throughout our whole life here? We're indigenous people. We was working back then for each other. Wasn't no Bible in America and Africa. Oh, that's history, man. Remember, the Bible is 2,000 years old. Islam is 1,500 years old. How old is mankind? Huh? That's a spiritual hit on you, man. That's a gem. So you need to research that. That way you can pass it on to your kids. That's your job to pass stuff on. Don't be telling me. Didn't nobody tell me. I had to learn this stuff. They got books and everything. So what's your problem? I tell people, what's the violence you putting in your house? What type of music you playing in your cars? Okay? Don't tell me you can't do nothing about it.
I can't let that go. I can't let that go. You wrong as 2 left shoes on that one, Baba T. Because see, then the next thing you know, we'll be talking about legacy and why white folks got legacy. They don't die with the secret. They don't say, well, I didn't do well, nobody told me, so why should I tell you? That's dead wrong. And then we'll talk about, well, these white folks got these legacy stuff and they got these buildings and we're in the level playing field. Yes, yes, the playing field is not level because y'all will not share your wisdom. You won't share the wisdom and you want to keep it to yourselves. And that is dead wrong, Baba T. I got to call you out on that, brother. I heard that. I hear so many brothers saying that stuff. And it's just like, why would you not want to tell me there's a cliff over there? I'm going to fall off and I'm going to die. Why do I have to experience it? You know what I'm saying? You know, why don't you tell me, hey, you might want to, hey, by the time you get here, don't knock Bonquisha up, take your money, invest in this kind of stuff. Why won't y'all tell us that?
Listen, I can't speak for a lot of people. And I can't speak for, our people. I just know I wasn't told none of that stuff. Didn't nobody tell me? They didn't tell me about the past. Okay? I'll roll up under some straight, what did I tell you, brothers? I'll roll up under some straight hyenas in my clan. Okay? Straight hyenas. All right? I'm talking about
and that was a disconnect. Baba T, we know life ain't fair. However, within the family dynamic, within your nuclear family, there is supposed to be some fairness. All right. You were treated unfairly, not taught these things, and we can't keep passing that on. I feel you, Unc. I feel you 100%. However, we can't keep passing these unnecessary struggles along, Unc.
All right. The object here, and because you have me on here and I'm spitting some gems to you, you take them gems and you spit it back. You learn more about these are gems I'm telling you. Right? You all saying, well, y'all ain't telling us nothing. Well, I'm telling you, I've been telling you all this since I've been on this panel, haven't I?
And we're quiet and we don't say anything. We let you go with it.
Anytime somebody want to talk to me about something, I'm gonna give it to you raw. Because it's a root cause analysis of every situation. And it depends on our situation as well. It's a root cause analysis. What's the root cause? When you read history, read history because that'll give you a chance to continue reading. You're going to have little copyrights and stuff down, but you say, oh man, I got to check that out. One thing they can't change is books. They can change media, what you watch.
What you got, G Honda?
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, that just speaks to the significance of community. It's just us as a Black community. We just need to make communities great again. I mean, we could say what they're doing and what the Hispanics are doing and everybody else, but I mean, if we not passing down knowledge to our lineage, then what are we doing? I mean, just hoarding, I mean, that ain't it. That's why we got all these companies that got generations like Kellogg's and Procter and Gamble and all these people that have been making stuff since we was adolescents. I mean, we just need to share that information.
That's it. Yeah, that I don't agree with not passing on information because we didn't get the information. I personally, that's part of my passion. Growing up the way I did, I don't want any other little black boys to go through what I've been through. Not because I deem them weaker, not because not because I deem them weaker. Because I know I'm very much aware because I observe my peers. A lot of us don't make it. They end up in the grave or in the cell, and to me, there is no difference. So yeah, we got to pass down some of this critical information, and we appreciate you, Bobby T, for your gems.
Appreciate
something as small as life insurance. So being in the funeral business,
bingo.
I've worked in both. Whites leave that life insurance. They don't see it as an expense. They see it as a legacy lever. Our people, I don't give a damn. They gonna just throw me in the backyard. I don't care what they do with me. So now you sit and GoFundMe. You sitting there trying to make me do it for free. You get pissed off at me because I got overhead. It's like, come on, man, come on. I mean, that gives you the biggest idea of our community. We don't plan for that kind of stuff. We don't plan for anything because we look at it as an expense. Because why? It gets us further away from the bag.
Yeah, we got my wife got 10,000 on me. When I die, there's 10,000 for the funeral, which is more than enough because we all plan to be cremated. So that's the cheapest one. And it's just because it's just a shell, it's just a body, and it's irrelevant. I don't want to rot with the worms. I'm not trying to feed the worms. I'm not trying to feed the maggots. So just cremate me, keep me in a little urn over the fireplace. I had some plans to design like little necklaces and stuff where if the kids want, the necklaces would have some of my ash in it and they can wear it if they want. They can have it and just hang it up on the wall, whatever. But that's up to them. But we plan on designing that. Also, we're making a family crest. I suggest all y'all brothers create a family crest. I ain't gonna say my last name, but I'm a Leo, and my last name start with an N, and I'm trying to involve those things into the crest. And because I just happen to have a good sign, king and stuff, leader of the family, blah blah blah. So my family crest is gonna be something involving the N and the Leo. And I went to several websites to try to get a design, but I'm just trying to work on some stuff. But yeah, get a family crest and get at least
and a trust.
If you don't have life insurance, at least have burial insurance.
Yeah,
and a trust.
Get that life insurance. Trust is down. You're right. Down. People hear trust and they can't hear you, EV. But trust that life insurance. I sold life insurance. I believe in it. I believe I ended up selling Mr. X a policy back in the day. You get life insurance policies are the easiest ways to pass down some form of financial independence to your kids. You just do it early. Every time we have a kid, we get them a life insurance policy for like $35,000. When they're baby, that monthly premium is like $3. It's the younger the person is, the lower the premium is. Please do it. Just do it, please.
And so people can understand, the 10K is the funeral insurance. Our life insurance is 6 figures. I don't have no $1 million life insurance plan. I ain't got it like that. But our life insurance is, if either one of us pass right now, the other will be immediately able to pay off the house.
Exactly. I got a term policy for that. So you got a whole life policy. Whole life policy builds up cash value. That's what you can draw from. Those premiums usually cost more, but that's why you want to get them young. Then there's term. Term has a term. So we got a 30-year term for like $250,000 because it's cheap, because it's going to end after 30 years. But that's just to cover our mortgage in case something happens to me. So if something was to happen to me, like you said, the house is paid off, life goes on. This is the thinking of husbands and fathers. This is what you do. These is gems. Appreciate you, EV.
That part.
Hey, question. I got
Hold on a second here. He says racism equals preventing opportunities to minorities. Shout out to Omni. Also, Shout out to brother Lucifer. I seen you trying to come up. He says 100 natural selection. Starve all these B-dub parasites.
Shout out to Lucy. Ain't see you in a while.
And shout out to Omni. He says the T-Money dynasty is making millions off of the presidency. Opportunities, people.
Billions, Omni. They over millions. They like billions now.
And shout out to King Nug Nug. Says, man, MLK didn't make a change at all. Stop the lie.
Ooh, rest in peace to MLK, man.
Who that? That's you, Baba T. What you got, Baba T?
No. Obviously, people don't know King's history. A lot of people can tell me what King happened between 1963 and 1968. The man lived 5 years. You know the reason King got killed and Jesse Jackson was pointed? Because King told the black man, don't you go to Vietnam. You come back and fight for your city down there. You come back and fight for your people. King and Malcolm X was getting together to talk about some stuff, okay, for our people. All right? King said, man, the ghettos in the north are worse than the ones in the south. Okay? Don't tell me what King can, that's why he got killed. He said his dream was a nightmare. I believe I led my people into a burning building. King also said that black folks need to get away from white folks and get your stuff together. Okay? You all need to research King and not his book of prayers. His sermons.
There was a gentleman, there was a guy out of Norfolk, Virginia. He was a professor at Rutgers, Dr. Sam Proctor. He and King kind of traveled together. And he was telling people that back in those days, white folks and black people were so separate, and there was so many black businesses that were in the black community. He said everybody was black. The film director was black. The doctors were black. He said the only time you ever had to meet a white guy is when you had to go buy a used car. But for the most part, blacks built their own neighborhoods, and they did all that. He was saying he doesn't understand why this generation is trying to romanticize poverty. And this was, I think Dr. Proctor said this back, oh my God, it's been about 1994, 93, 94. So, you know, he had a lot of insight on MLK. I would read that book, The Seminarian by Miles Mark Fisher. I would suggest that.
Okay.
Appreciate you. And shout out to Omni.
Money.
He says, I'm Latino, and even I know about the Moors. Our real history has been buried by the ones who conquered. People need to uncover our buried history. Just do the legwork.
Amen to you, Omni Design Studios. This is the type of issue I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, we acknowledge who you are with your daily actions. To heck talking about it. Blessings to you, Omni Design Studios. They don't know about them Moors.
Appreciate you. And shout out to Rachel. Come through the 20 ball. She says EV is right. That's rare. He says, FYI, the Jewish community gets policies for each other, or for each of their kids. Says, and teach them financial discipline. We needed to invest into stock market. He says, she says, I'm always pushing that. Guessing that's what you're saying?
Yeah, pushing that. Yep. Shout out to Rachel. Rachel, we might have to talk to you here soon, sister. Blessings to you. But there you go. Like, teach.
Hey, Gav,
start with life insurance policies. I truly believe and live by life insurance policies, people. All these kids we having, and there's actually a theory that if every young black boy and girl had a life insurance policy attached to them, where life insurance companies were going to have to pay out for them passing away, and with the whole life policy, after like 4 years, there's a self-deletion clause. What I'm getting at is after about 4 years with some big policies, it don't matter how you perish, they're going to pay out on it. Whether, you get deleted by law enforcement, there's a theory that if we all get policies, that a lot of this violence against us will stop because it starts to hurt businesses. Just a thought.
What you got, G Honda?
Oh, hey, let me ask EV a question. Hey, EV, in the funeral home business, a question. So, like, somebody being buried in a funeral home versus cremation, like, don't the funeral home charge like an extra premium for like them being buried in that said funeral home, or what?
No,
I know it
it
might
all
be like
goes.
a stupid question.
No, it's not a stupid question. No, it all goes by. It's supposed to go by your overhead, and cremation is cheaper. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. I ain't going down, but it's yeah. Cremation is cheaper because the old guys. It was a redheaded stepchild back in the day. Everybody's focused on burials. So pretty much, no, it's just pretty much the whatever his or her overhead is, and they charge whatever they can. There's some places that'll do it cheap, some places that'll do it for what they're supposed to be charging for. But that was salt of the earth there, Mr. Walker. Yeah, if everybody got life insurances, they ain't gonna want to be killing folks. Nah, you right about that.
Yeah, companies gonna listen, learn the rules to the game and move. This is what I mean. Apply that. We wanna be less worried about our black babies out in the world getting hurt unjustly. Inexpensive life insurance policies can help. Either way, every time somebody perish in the hood, they pass in the hat, got to go fund me. We can stop that. I've said it on camera. I got some white friends, they didn't like family to me. All right. They had some death in their family. From that, these people passing away, from family members passing away, they collected over $300,000 in liquid from the policies. The little daughter of the deceased, college was paid off. They had room and time to mourn instead of worrying about paying bills, and life goes on. Like this, we got to get on this kind of time, man. Life insurance policies, please.
That part. So I'm gonna let this keep going. Hit the like button.
Y'all are doing arson. Y'all doing the child trafficking. We have the Epstein files, and y'all still got black people's name in your mouth. Nothing. You're cooked. You're done. It's game over for them. And you know what? I know many black people are like, Lucas, stop trying to help them. They're done. And I'm getting to that point. I really am. I'm getting to a point where it's like, you know what? So be it. So if you want to drive off the cliff while talking about black on black crime, by all means. These people are the type of people to get in a car accident and be like, my arm doesn't work. Well, it could be worse. I could be in Chicago with black on black crime. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, look, per capita, it's true though, Lucas. Per capita, y'all are on EBT more than us. Or if you believe, listen, how did per capita help Charlie Kirk? How did per capita help your birth rates? How did per capita help the little kids in the church? I mean, I can go on and on and on. Per capita is going to be the undoing of white people. Per capita, I would argue that the rich white elites have given you per capita to shoot yourselves in the head. Because that's what's happening, metaphorically speaking. They're going per capita, per capita, per capita. And I'm just like, what? Stop doing that. Stop. Anyways, if you have a disagreement.
Yeah, this dude is wild. But here we go. Nonetheless, we done made it through it. We talking about the truth behind the No EBT November. All right, we've been talking about who gonna suffer the most. I think everybody gonna suffer. It's not just the people who are on food stamps. We've been documenting it. Shout out to the truck drivers. Shout out to the mom and pop stores. Shout out to the kids and the disabled and the mental and all military vets. Shout out to everybody. It's gonna get wild.
It's the ripple effect. You got the folks that are directly affected, they're at the center. But just like a stone thrown in a pond, there's gonna be a ripple effect. Like Mr. X say, even our children. If we got kids that are going to school with Bonquisha's kids, everybody hungry, folks stressed out. Now our kids come home and it's bleeding onto them. A little nug jumping on your son. You know what I mean? Because for whatever reason, it's gonna be a heck of a ripple effect.
He got to transfer that pain. Pain must be transferred. If I'm coming to school hungry and you got a lunchbox, you're going to feel this pain.
How do we know? Because we were those children trying to transfer that pain. Dad going right? Yes. I had to explain this to my son. I said, I'm going to tell you how that little nug thinking, because I was the little nug. He looking at you. You look like you got a mom and a daddy you all taken care of. You know what I mean? And they can smell this, that you are stable, and they don't like you for it. And they trying to transfer their pain from going home and seeing their mom constantly crashing out, constant DV, constant violence. And now you got to get this. It's unfortunate.
So, yeah. So I'll get you back in, Unc. What you got?
That dude was hard to listen to. It's just like listening to my wife tell a story. Anybody that's married know how women tell stories. They be all over the place and they be saying a bunch of unnecessary stuff and unnecessary details, and it just be kind of like a ramble and a rant. And I love her, so I try to listen, but I catch about 80% of most of her stories. Sometimes when I got stuff to do, I'd be like, can we get to the end of this shit, you know? But this dude, he said a lot, but he didn't substantiate anything. It was an emotionally driven conversation, an emotionally driven point. He had no real substance to nothing he said. But if you dictate by your emotions, you'll love what he say. And that's probably why he got a platform. When somebody can control your emotions, they control you. So he energetic, he rolling his neck and doing all this his baby mama sassy girl stuff. And I guess it works. But the honest truth is he said a whole lot of nothing. And per capita is very, very relevant. And the people that say it only bring it up to let people know why stuff is the way it is. If they said way more white people doing this or way more something like that, you have to bring up per capita to make it make sense. I can't let you say, and this is the thing, it ain't even a defending white people thing. It's just, if you like the truth, you gotta like per capita. Because you can't be out there, well, way more doing this. No shit, Sherlock. It is way more of them. The shit it shouldn't even be argued. It shouldn't even be debated. If it's way more of somebody than you, they're probably gonna do more of individual activities than you. I'm pretty sure way more white people own homes than black people. It's not a knock on black people. It's probably simply because it's way more of them. Shit ain't even rocket science.
So what you got? I'll get Jay in. What you got, Brother Jay?
But isn't this one of those situations where two things could be true? I mean, I know he was like kind of animated and stuff like that. I kind of take a little bit of offense because I'm like that too when I get into my talking about my Predator and my zombies and my Game of Thrones kind of stuff.
Yeah, but he was doing this.
Hey, I might do that once or twice.
I refuse to put you in that zest, brother. I can't.
For comic, you know, whatever. But that aside, isn't this one of those instances where two things can be true? Can't, just like statistics, can't per capita be used to push a certain narrative? And in certain instances, when you're having a specific conversation about a specific demographic of people, and you're talking about that, when somebody brings in per capita, it kind of takes away from the conversation. I could understand if you're comparing two different things or comparing the overall umbrella of economics or EBT or whatever like that. But when you're talking about a specific thing, when people bring in per capita, it's kind of like you're taking away from what we're actually talking about. That's kind of what I got from it. I know we all kind of think on different parallels because we all want the same thing, but you know.
So you're saying it comes across like a deflection almost.
Yes, when people kind of toss it out, I got my finger on a point, and then you bring in something else talking about something else that's doing the same thing. It's like I'm not talking about.
I can see
I'm
that.
talking about this specific thing right here. It doesn't make a difference what other people are doing or how it looks in the umbrella under the umbrella of things. While it's true, while it's factual, it's not what we're talking about right now. So that's kind of like probably what he's talking about. And I kind of understood what he was saying. He's like, yeah, per capita people to death.
That will work if people usually started with per capita. In these kind of conversations, people don't start bringing up per capita. Per capita comes up as a rebuttal to someone else's BS in most cases.
That's what I mean. It's like a way out.
Per capita comes up to whataboutism. Well, what about the white people? They got 50,000. That's when per capita come up. What you saying will make more sense if the person came into the conversation with per capita, but it don't even logically make sense to start off with per capita. I can't think of a conversation where you would come in and start off with per capita. Per capita is usually a reactionary sentiment to in a conversation. You be saying, well, this is happening. Like I say, let people say, too many black people on welfare. Then the black person say, well, it's way more y'all on welfare than us. And then the person would say per capita. That's usually how per capita comes about. So, but if people were starting off with per capita, this guy sentiment would make sense. But in most conversations, that's not the case.
But I would say, depending on what side of the argument you want, they're gonna be staunch. So if I'm accusing you, if I'm saying there's more y'all than us, I'm staunch. I ain't change. And if you say no, but per capita, then you staunch, and then it becomes that thing. So
it's like dealing whenever you have, if you got two people and they both got burns, like over 15% of their body. It's like y'all both got burns over 15% of your body, but his is on his thigh and on his back. Yours is on your face and your crotch. But per capita, it's like kind of tossing it. Like y'all got the same amount of burns, but the effect of it, where is the burn? The burn is in our community.
What's the motive? What's the motive behind this per capita thing? It sounds like to me that each side is trying to make their situation seem better or not as dire. And okay, if that's the case, then for what? So, we ain't that bad off. No, y'all bad worse off. No, y'all worse off. That's the argument overall, right? Say, okay, I got crack baby brain. I got to sum this stuff up. Okay, so we trying to figure out who's worse off, and then what? So okay, let's say as black folk, let's say it's the whites. They're worse off. Now what do we do? What's the next move? We good. If they're worse off, I guess no need to change since we are basing our success off of them, what they got going on. Help me out. Where does this conversation end? What's the resolution? We're trying to argue who's better or worse off. This is wild.
So I'll get you and G Honda. We'll get Baba T after that. What you got, John?
No, but don't it really alludes to what Jay was saying about them using a narrative, weaponizing the term per capita to say, for like a political reign, so to speak? That's what it sounds like.
Say we're better. We're
like
better
a reign for a certain demographic, like to say, like, well, yeah, like to say, like, the black people that's using on the EBT, the people that's crashing out and saying that they're going to loot the stores, that they're going to be a bigger liability on society during this EBT situation.
Okay, I got you. Huh? So
that's what it sounds like to me. That's
I got you.
That's what it sounds like.
Honda. So what do we believe? I haven't seen any videos of Caucasian folks up here talking about looting the stores. Are they out there? Don't know. But we have dozens, if not about 100 videos you could probably search immediately right now on social media and find 100 different folks, mainly melanated women, maybe 2 or 3 melanated men up here talking about they're going to go rob the stores. So I don't know who worse off.
People too worried about how per capita makes them feel than if it's true. It's like the truth don't care about your feelings. Reality don't care about your feelings. We know how numbers work. We know about Murphy's Law. We know about the more you do something, the more you try something, the highest chances of something happening. If I run through a minefield 30 times, it's a higher chance I'm gonna hit a mine than if I do it once. I'm playing with fate. So we understand how the numbers game work. And all that stuff is, and the more numbers are just relative to things like this, but people want to just ignore probability and statistics and numbers and math because it hurts their feelings. Per capita just simply can't be ignored if it's true. And something that's true can't be an attack or weaponized or anything like that. The truth is that's the truth.
So this goes to my point that I always say, 2 things is true, literally. That's why I said the art is literally depending on what side you on. You ain't lying. If you black and you say there are more y'all on it than us, that's true. If you're a white and say there are more y'all per capita, that is true.
Exactly. But
Some
some kind of
people
way, cats can't get that, and their feelings get hurt.
Oh, you racist for telling the truth.
Houseway.
What I'm saying is when people try to what's it called, straw man a conversation when they bring up per capita. If that wasn't initially a part of the conversation and they feel like they're losing the conversation, they'll bring up per capita. It's like, well, we're not talking about per capita. We're talking about this specific instance of this specific thing. So why bring in something else that has no bearing on what's happening in this microcosm, this small little circle right here?
But when they bring it up, is it relevant or not? That depends on the conversation. Because bringing up per capita can be relevant. If you're talking about our numbers, I bring up per capita, it immediately becomes relevant.
Not if it doesn't affect us.
Well, a lot of you all keep forgetting that even though when I look up, this shows me that 37% of pink people are on welfare, right? Our numbers is at 26%. Now, what I tried to do, and I can't comprise it, is I tried to deal with the inner cities in America. And I try to deal with the most populous, states and everything. So I can get some type of understanding of how it affects us only. So it states that 26% of melanated people deal with food stamps, right? Our population is what? 14%? So that's damn near every 1 out of 4 is getting food stamps. And people don't understand that's egregious, man. 1 out of 4 are getting food stamps. I'm not worried about them. It's more of them, but they at 37%. Okay? Check that out. But it's less of us and we're at 26%. And we talk about, taking the kids.
Until those.
Listen, food stamps have been around how long? The economy has been growing and growing and growing. Okay? People still on food stamps. Right after the pandemic, they had to close up a lot of businesses because people didn't want to work. So they had to close up them businesses because of lack of employees and also lack of a tax base. That's why this work to home is getting cut out, because you have to have a tax base again. And these people got to go to work so you can develop that tax base. People complicate this thing, but it's not complicated when you look at the numbers. When somebody tells me the murder rate and they say, well, it's only 1% of us. No. Let's go to the 10 populous city where we are at. And like Chicago, we're number 1 in the murder rate based on population. You understand what I'm saying? I can't go throughout the whole country. You got 10 black folks in Nebraska. One of them shoots somebody. The murder rate's pretty high. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all.
Okay. Let me grab these super chats real quick. We got some super chats here.
Appreciate you, King Nug Nug. Appreciate your Square Biz. Good to see you. Says, appreciate the dialogue. Much needed these days with all the misinformation. We trying, brother.
Or maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't get it.
Appreciate you, King Nug. Says, there's more of us than them. You wrong. Okay.
Okay, that was okay. Shout out to King Nug. Click the link. Click the link, brother. Come up.
There you go.
And
I ain't got no time to play. I'm just gonna make that goddamn money and keep it moving. You hear me? Just stack, just stack, just stack, just stack and stack and stack. You hear me?
Shout out to our sister Rachel. Rachel better say it 3 times. Says blacks get married. Blacks don't get married. We just live together. 10 to 20 years. That's facts. When they die, they are not entitled to life insurance, social security check, pension. Most of the time, it just goes back into the system. That's facts. My aunt lived with a man for 40 years. She got nada when he passed away. Insanity.
Crazy.
That's wild.
And all that goes back. If he ain't got no kids, you're right. Like this, the state will absorb that somehow. I don't know how it happens, but yeah, you got a house. Somebody, uncle passed away, got a house, cars, and there ain't no will, and some banks got a hit. It's over. It's gone.
That part, yeah, and if definitely if he ain't got no kids, or some nosy sisters. A lot of times the sisters be involved. immediate family. They be in on stuff.
Bad deal. Appreciate you, Rachel.
Appreciate your sister. This is wow.
Listening now is what are you going to do with all this money?
I'm going to reinvest my money into the community.
Oh, that's a very nice gesture. What were you saying?
Appreciate your sister.
Appreciate you, Black Cam Radio. Says 45% of the folks on EBT are white, but are 63% of Americans. Underrepresented Black folks, 27% of the EBT, but 13% of the population overrepresented. Cooked.
So here we are. But we got 45% of folks on EBT are white. Okay. What you got, Leon? I want to get Leon in. He's been sitting back patiently.
Here.
Unmute yourself.
There you go. There you go. Holy hell. There you go. We hear you.
Okay, we're talking about EBT here. And I appreciate T Money for him doing just what he's supposed to be doing. You know, he's doing nothing more, nothing less than what he is supposed to be doing. Because the word says if you don't work, you don't eat. And if you're sitting on your ass and you're able to work, how dare you? When our ancestors worked up until they dropped the baby in the field, and a week later, less than a week later, they were back out there in the fields. When if they had big families because the big families worked the fields. The black man will look at a piece of land and see legacy. The black man was intelligent. The black man, the first book that slaves wanted to read when they were free was the Bible. They wanted knowledge. They wanted wisdom. They wanted to find out for themselves what was going on. And I swear to you, as my name is Leon King, I'm so glad that T Money is doing what he's doing. You want to know why? Because this is how much it's going to cost me now. That's it. That's it. That's how much it's going to cost me now. He drove the price down. He put a tariff on that poontang. So now, oh yeah, I'm the only man on the block that's got a doorbell now. My neighbor, he's got a security system now with a microphone, $19 on Amazon. I'm going to get me one too. But I'm the only dude on my block right now that's got a doorbell. And I'm waiting for that ringing of the doorbell late at night because I keep it straight. I keep that bad boy straight. I'm ready now. You can't, boy. I'm ready. $5 gonna get it.
That's a good discount. It went from 100 to 5.
You didn't know. The board, wait till November the 1st. See, they get them EBTs at different times during the month. Boy, you wait on the 1st, the 15th, the 21st, the 30th. Boy, I'm trying to tell you.
$5, that's low. That's some low risk.
That's that affordable poontang. See, that's how much it's worth. That's how much it's worth. That's what it is, baby.
I'm gonna break it down the way Cash can understand. If one dude had 5 sons and 2 were gay, and the other dude had 2 sons and 2 were gay, you know what I'm saying? Or if the other dude had 5 sons and 3 were gay, and the other dude had 3 sons and 2 were gay, which one is worse? That's per capita. Per capita. Obviously, the dude with 2 sons and 3 like that is worse. And like, love who you love, do who you do, screw who you screw. But at the same time, just so a way, just we can do it micro so that people can comprehend why per capita and why it matters and why it comes up.
And I will say this. I hear, as far as we concerned, if I was in that position, I wouldn't want none of my sons zesty. That's kind of our position when it comes to the community. I don't want none of y'all on EBT. So I don't care who's worse, this and that. I'm worried about the betterment of the people or the hope we talk about. So I wouldn't want none of my sons to be zesty. I wouldn't be comparing that at that moment. I would say, look, I would be just like, man, this sucks.
There you go. And in regards to the zest situation, right quick, do you not see how they are associating the American toxic diet with the rise in homosexuality?
Yes.
You see, just take that into account. Just a little side note, little side quest from the conversation right there. Like, just keep that in mind when it comes to that topic. Like, shit, I ain't gonna say too much, but they're saying that toxic food is causing that. Studies are coming out. I'm leave it there. The one sister we showed, the Becky that was put on the display of the hyenas crying, she said it. Yeah, soy boys. There you go, Kim Netter. Soy boys. Keep that in mind.
And also, I'm gonna pull this up. So they say, who's suffering the most? Says T Money, my check. Trump says, make America work again. He putting folks back to work. It says, I voted for you twice, and now my benefits are gone. And his old lady says, Earl, sit down before they take the trailer too. Says, loyalty don't come with a refund.
Yeah! Y'all gotta do like Big Earl and Betty Sue. Before that repo man come get their trailer, they loads it up. I seen the video. The repo man come, he said, I need that bar. I seen it. She said, it's full of stuff. You can't take it. I have nowhere to put my stuff. They said, man, you ain't paying this thing in 6 months. It's my stuff.
So get this understood, like Baba T said. It's not, I think we just need to clean up our house. White folks are going to suffer. Trust me, they in bad shape. We need not worry about them. This is the perfect time and the perfect opportunity for us to leapfrog. Try to get ahead. If we're going to sit here and focus on them, we're going to be stagnant. But if we start getting ish done, holding each other accountable, bringing shame back, all this stuff, we could move forward.
Man, let me tell you some of the real reasons why people are pissed off about this whole EBT thing. Half of these people are selling these EBT things. Have any of you ever been into a grocery store and somebody got a $5,000 EBT card and they'll sell it to you for $1,500? It's a business. So all this stuff where people ain't gonna get nothing, and man, these people are eating. This is destroying a business. And what I don't like is where they always got to monetize somebody's pain. That really just drives me, because the collateral damage is a lot of innocent people are going to lose benefits, but the majority, I believe, are people that are selling these EBT cards and making money off that system. That's what I believe wholeheartedly. And there's been some facts that's even studies even to show that. Ebony Dean says she's a proud buyer. Time Ebony Dean out.
I think they should roll this thing out. I think they should roll the new system out, and the people should genuinely, get whatever time they need. All right. If y'all get 2 years, here we go. You're in the new system. You got 2 years on it. You got to work, whatever. I guess what's fair is fair, but I think that's where we heading, something along them lines.
Ain't nothing wrong with some anxiety to do better. I think we've gotten away from that. I thank God for that anxiety that lived in me all these years, to do better, to strive for better, to never be comfortable. Yeah, you got 2 years on the food stamps. Good. Make something happen, and you got 2 years? Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. See that? This ain't hate. I believe in
that's
you.
Max. Now that's max for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
understand if you on it for 6 months and you get a job and you come back for another, this gonna keep carrying over. All right, you can't say 2 years and I go work for a year and get back on for 2 years. Then it ain't gonna work like that.
I like that.
They should do it like they do our GI Bill in the military. We get 36 months. You can play around if you want, or you can get your degree. You use 6 months.
That's right.
You subtract 6 off. If you want to try to change your major and switch up and start over and go back and then use 8 more months, though now 14 months gone. And if you want to switch your major, blah, 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 you mess around at the end of the game, you don't end up with a degree, It ain't a lot of ways to reset that. They got a couple programs for people that's 100% disabled that you can go back to school, but overall, you're not going to get that post 9/11 where they pay for school and they give you money. So it's like that's how it should be. 2 years, I will say in a lifetime. I don't know. I'm nice. I give them 5 years in a lifetime. Use it accordingly, and that would give them a little more mindset to get off of it as fast as possible, because they don't want to waste it, because they don't know when they're gonna need it. Well, it should give them that to like, I don't want to like do all the 5 straight.
But they don't want to work
from 25 to 30. If you do all 5 from 25 to 30, you screwed. So it'll make them ration it out a little more. It should, and it should be no takebacks. Once you use it, it's over. No extension programs, no sob stories. You got to get like fuck them kids mindset. I hate to be like that, but if you don't care about your kids, why the hell should I? To a degree.
Bingo. Ain't no to a degree flat like that, man. Shoot, I put down the Patreon. Now they like, oh, that's they cry now. Now that it's coming to a head. Y'all taking away the food stamps. What about the kids? We been saying what about the kids? Y'all been saying F them kids. But now that y'all in position to use them as shields and as bargaining tools, man, bless these babies. Now y'all want to bring them back up. Oh, what about the babies? We've been saying what about the babies. That's why we tell y'all to marry before y'all carry. Stop dealing with nug. Stop having so many kids. We've been worried about the kids. Now y'all just starting to, because y'all worried about y'all stomachs. Y'all ain't worried about they empty little tummies. Y'all worried about y'all swollen guts. My face.
And people don't speak on all these tax hikes that we be seeing. Like if you pay attention to like, your county tax, your respective county tax and your state tax. I mean, even if you are in a like a Florida or Texas where it's like no state income, but they always find something to levy to supplement, the government benefits, So like, I mean, that's where all these tax hikes coming from, funding Bonquisha and her kids. And we're only seeing that every 3 to 6 months, it's always a tax hike for that reason.
I find that so amusing now, man. Now they worried about the kids. What you got, Swizzy?
It's the same story, year after year. But Evie Ray was right though. A lot of people sell their food stamps. I don't know why they crying about it. I don't understand how you don't have enough food to last you from month to month, man. It's getting ridiculous.
But it's
like the stuff that they buy. Junk food. I like to go buy stuff purposely that I know that's not on EBT, so I can whip out my Bank of America and show people that I'm paying for this out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? It feels different. But now they're gonna have to get on that same wave because it's just another day at the store for me. So it's gonna hurt, but we'll see when it's time to come. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want it to happen or if I don't want it to happen, to be honest with you, because I'm kind of scared.
See, I really don't think people don't want folks to go hungry. We want folks to realize that you cannot depend on the government for your life.
True.
That's what we've been saying that. Like we've been trying to sound the alarm. Hey, danger here. Get off the welfare, get off the food stamps. And they continue to make videos with them dancing in the frozen food aisles with their EBT and they $1,000 worth of food stamps. And now they upset that folks are like, you was just laughing, now we laughing. What happened? Welfare queens and kings?
Ammo. They gave them ammo, man.
Yes. The folks out here flaunting those EBT cards, making fun of the working poor. Now they like, ain't so funny now. Yeah, y'all laughing at us for having to work 60 hours just to take care of our kids, and y'all sitting at home drinking beers, smoking on Reggie, and laughing. They weren't doing it silently. It ain't like the poor was out here all humble. No, they weren't humble. They was out here like, what you gonna do? We better than you. Come, are we this blind? The impoverished for so long have been like, we better than y'all. Y'all stupid for working. Shout out to Jay Prince.
He called us butlers.
Yeah, call us butlers. We butlers and coons. And again, there is a penalty to pay for this. I keep saying it. Who will our people listen to? Y'all won't listen. Y'all won't listen to an educated, well-to-do brother like Obama. Y'all really didn't like him. Y'all won't listen to Ice Cube, who done been through the trenches, Mr. NWA himself. Y'all won't listen to me and Mr. X. Y'all won't didn't listen to Kevin Samuels. Y'all probably called the brother Dr. Claude Anderson a coon. Yeah, if they read Powernomics and seen what he was preaching, they would call the great and honorable Dr. Claude a coon. That's how wicked we are.
And I think at this moment, what we are witnessing, shout out to the brother Beans, the kind of stuff he been hitting on, is all it takes is a few bad apples. So I think that's my perspective on it as we getting deeper into this. It's not the majority. We can acknowledge that the majority of people ain't getting EBT dancing in the freezer aisle with the granted. But those are the people that are the loudest, and they don't get shamed, they don't get pushed back. So even if it's half of them, it's just they messed it up for everybody.
And they mess it up for everybody because they're the loudest, because society has allowed them to go unchecked. Our society, our culture has allowed them to go unchecked to the point where they dancing, stanking, and funky with pajamas on in the grocery store.
I take being called a coon as a badge of honor when ninjas call me one. When ninjas call me a coon, I know right then and there that means I'm doing something right and righteous and making good decisions and good life choices. I am not remotely offended when a ninja call me a coon, all that stuff. I rock with it. I am a proud coon when it comes to ninjas calling me one. And I don't want to be a RN, aka a real ninja. I don't want to be one. When real ninjas tell me I'm not a real ninja, I take that as a badge of honor because I look at their life and what they got going on, and I'm like, I'm glad I'm not you. Brother, what is this, brother? You know what I'm saying? So yes, I don't want to be a real ninja. And I'm perfectly fine with being a coon if that's gonna have me with a home and in a couple of properties in 5 acres of land and been retired since I was 43 and all that. I'm coon to the moon. I might get a t-shirt say I'm a coon to the moon because I'm going up. You know what I'm saying? Not down.
And welcome up, brother Black
You should
Ham.
make that.
I'm gonna unmute you here. I see you dropped a super chat there. You was dropping some knowledge with the percentages. You gotta unmute yourself. There you go. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
From New Zealand? Were you in New Zealand?
Can
you hear me now?
Still can't hear you. Go ahead. Let me see.
Yep. Oh, you can hear me now?
Yes, sir. Good.
Okay, there we go. First off, I just want to say, Mr. Gavin, Mr. Walker, as a fellow brother from Atlanta, just want to say thank you, brothers, for out here doing the documenting everything out here. Yes, I am in New Zealand. I left like 4 years ago, sold my house over in Decatur and bounced. But yeah, I mean, I saw all this coming before, and it's crazy to me is the one thing that people don't talk about is the food banks. They lost all their funding for their food. They ain't got SNAP. And so the first thing they're going to do, everybody else is running back to their men. You know, the reason why we don't see white women crashing out, Hispanic women crashing out, all that, because they know they can go back to their community where they have men that are still working, still productive, that they are going to feed them. Versus us, like, why would I come back and feed people who are a liability to who I see the black community? Because I see the black community as people like Mr. Gavin and Mr. Walker on be streaming. You know what I mean? Like, I see it as productive black people who are out here trying to get it. They're not looking for a handout. They're not looking for compassion or sympathy. They're looking for an opportunity. Just give me a way and I'm gonna make it. You know, give me some mud and I'm gonna get it out of it. They don't really, but these women, they spent the last 60 years talking down on those very men. And now they're going to need those men. But why would they? Because the first thing we're going to ask is, what do I get in return? Where's the consideration? That's what the thing with any transaction, with anything, any sort of society, any sort of community, there's always the aspect of consideration. When you do anything, how does this affect others? Not just how does this affect me? And now they're coming with their handout. And like you said, they're going to be, I'm in a bind, Nate. And yeah, Nate's going to ask for his consideration. And the thing is, there's not even that many Nates no more. All the Nates are like, I don't even want it because I can get the same thing you're going to give me is attached to 3.5 billion other women who will give me that plus kindness, plus consideration, plus thinking about me before you do something crazy or say something crazy. Like there's and like you said, Mr. Gavin, you said that yes, it's only a few of them. Yes, it is only a few of them. Just like it's only a few bad cops out there just looking to take down black folks. However, just like the cops, where are all the good ones to call the bad ones out? See, that's the problem. You don't see none of the good ones, none of the supposed good ones saying anything. Because in my mind, I think back to like what Bob was talking about back in the 60s and 70s, the way they used to fund the Black Liberation Movement was by robbing the people who were doing harm in the community. They used to rob drug dealers. They used to rob the divestors. They used to rob all of those folks. They would run up on them and be like, hey, what you're doing is hurting the community. So now we're taxing you. That don't even happen no more. So I don't know.
Last time I seen that,
I agree with you, but now we got cameras everywhere and cell phones. That's an obstacle right there. So we got to find what it got to be a less violent approach, I would guess.
I mean, Tina Turner and Ike Turner got robbed by the Black Panthers for talking crazy about black liberation back in the 70s and 80s. Like they literally got ran up on after a show and got robbed. So like, like it ain't cameras everywhere is what I'm saying.
Shout out to the show Rock. Remember the show Rock? One of the most memorable episodes when Rock checked the D boy in his neighborhood. He jacked him up against the wall. That take cojones. Because now you walk outside, your life is in danger. You got to stand on that square. Brother Black Cam Radio, that's what we always say. Like, those men are gone, man. That level OG that's going to really dedicate his life and dang near sacrifice his life, they gone. That's over, baby. It's every man for himself, unfortunately.
Well,
so it seems.
Well, go ahead, Black Cam, if you want finished, and I'm going to give Bob a 10.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to the brothers for being up here and spitting real facts. For all of y'all, Baba T, fam, holding down Chicago. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Shot till I die. You know what I mean? 77 South Shore, what up? You know what I mean? So yeah, I get it. I'm with y'all all the way, baby. I'll rock with y'all brothers 100%.
Appreciate you, brother.
What you got, Baba T? You talked about last time you was up here, you was asking us if we afraid to get shot for the community.
No. Listen.
That was an insult.
Listen, I was putting that in the context of this. You're in your community. And what did I tell you all? I said I made a suggestion. When you went around younger men, you come to them from their heart and let them know I apologize. That's what I told you all. And you mean it from your heart. Don't you know what comes from the heart touches the heart? These young brothers, ain't nobody come to their heart, man. I stop them all the time. Hey, man, what's going on with you? What you doing? You doing okay? I love you, man. Keep your head on the swivel. You hear me? It could be 4 or 5 of them. That's what I'm saying. So if you come in and you ain't got nothing to give them, then yes, don't come at all. Because you're endangering yourself. Okay? But I'm not endangering myself, man. I'm up under the sun, baby. Okay, I'm up under the rock. Okay, the sun god that watches me in and out. All right, man, no. And my brother, Black Ham Radio, I know about New Zealand and Australia over there. They don't know about that. Okay? Where the Aborigines have no right to say anything in their country. Okay, they just passed that through the parliament. That's why I say it's real important for you all to understand geopolitics that involve us. Wherever we are, we're at the bottom of society and we're everywhere. So that gives you a clue of how we're being treated. Okay? You brothers need to know about Ibrahim Traoré over in Burkina Faso. These brothers and sisters, they're kicking white folks out of Africa. All right? You all don't know that. See, when you connect that, you can connect it to you. All right? Because of our economic benefits. You ain't got to spend no money on them. They're going to act right. If you say we demand this in our neighborhoods, we buying all these Mercedes. We did that in the day. We stopped Pepsi from opening up. We laid in front of the gates. You ain't getting nothing in and ain't nothing coming out. In Chicago here. So, I mean, hey, man, my brother, thank you, Black Ham. Man, it's so good to see you, brother. because they don't understand what's going on over in that part of the world. I do.
Well, hold on. I was gonna say I'll get you in, Black Ham. I'm just doing my research and my Googles here. All right. So you over in New Zealand. Let's pull it up. Let's get our geopolitics on. We're gonna talk about it. He over there. Where we at? So there we go. That's south. That's south of Australia right here, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm right there in Wellington at the very bottom of the top of the North Island. So if you zoom in on the top of the island, the very bottom of it is where the capital is.
Down here.
Yeah. The capital of the New Zealand is Wellington, and that's the bottom of the North Island.
So what's the experience over there? Do you recommend black folks to come?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I recommend the black folks that can afford it and got the right mindset to come over here. I can't suggest for all black people. I can't, I've got to be honest with you. Like, as a black man, the dating experience here is incredible, and every single black woman, American black woman I know has come over here has said it was absolutely atrocious because the people don't tolerate what black men tolerate back home. It's really that simple. Like, the way they speak to people, the way they talk to people, the way they don't show consideration, like it doesn't fly anywhere else than America.
That's below the equator. It's hot over there, huh?
No, our weather is actually pretty stable. So the coldest it gets here is like maybe, at least in Wellington, like 30 degrees during the winter, and then it only gets up to like 84 during the summer. So we pretty stable in weather. It's just windy as hell.
New Zealand was somewhere else, like north or maybe closer to Greenland or something.
Nah, we are. It's literally on the other side of the planet from the United States.
Mr. S, can you scroll over to the U.S.? Zoom out, scroll to you. I want to see the size. They still got, okay. Because do y'all remember our textbooks whenever we used to look at the continental United States? It's still too damn small. Africa is not that small compared to the United States. Why do they keep making
Africa is much larger than Asia, but they have to make it small because Mercator map projections are interested in basically bigging up the northern hemisphere, aka white people, over everybody else, the global south.
This is the type of racism I'm talking about. Look, that's racist. Africa is not that small. You can fit the continental United States inside Africa 3 times.
You can fit the United States, South America, all of Asia, and part of Australia in Africa. That's how big it is.
They keep making it so small and insignificant. That's what it's supposed. This is what this image is supposed to indicate, that Africa is so small. It's the size of the United States. No, it's not. It's so much bigger.
Egypt alone is like 2/3 the size of the United States. Like, that's how messed up the projection is.
Yeah, that's wicked. That's wicked work.
I just want to point that out. They still doing it.
What you got, Bob? Or Leon? You get Leon. What you know about the map, Leon? You know where you at? You on this planet?
Okay. Do you want the truth or do you want to lie?
We want the truth. Don't do the flat stuff. That ain't, long as it's good for you two. We ain't going down no rabbit holes.
Okay. The true map.
Tell us about Pangea.
The true map was written by this Persian dude, and then they just did that thing with it. But so if you want the true map of the world, then yeah, you would look at that. Yeah, Pangea, there was a Pangea, and when God separated the languages, he separated the continents as well. And so yeah, there is a Pangea. So the truth of the matter is that, like I said, the true map of the world was, and if you know anything about Persians, they were dark-skinned people. Excuse me, very dark. And I think it was Babati, he spoke about the Jews. These are Ascani Jews. They have no bloodline to the promised land at all. They came in, they took over. They've been trying to take over since the 1800s. But what the deal is this: is that people have to realize that. See, once you open your eyes to the truth, it's going to be up to you to whether or not you want to close your eyes. And it's like Baba T said, look, read, 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 read. You know, damn. Niggas. That's why hey, look, I hide this in a book because ninjas don't read. I can have all the money in the world in books and somebody break in my house and they'll never find it because they don't read.
Thanks for telling me where your money at. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you where it's at, but I ain't gonna tell you where you can come in one time. You can come in one time. I don't mind you coming in one time.
Can I leave out?
Oh no, then it's time to play.
Okay.
You can't come in and leave. Now you can come in any way you want, but you can leave the way I want you to leave.
Does it put the lotion on the skin?
You didn't know, or it gets the holes again. See, when that was my favorite movie. Show no, my favorite movie. Because these white folks riding around thinking that you safe. You ain't safe. You just riding around for right now. You ain't safe. So look, there's gonna be a time. There's a movie that came out with a couple of years ago called Civil War. I had to watch that thing a couple of times, but it's coming down to it. There is gonna be a civil war. If there was a civil war one time, guess what, baby? It's gonna be another one too. It's like Baba T said, you better know your history. Do you know that it is one court case away from putting blacks in chains right now? There's one court case. Look, actually, they do have folks in chains. It's called the 13th Amendment. People don't want to recognize that, but it's like Baba T said. Look, that book by Michelle Alexander called the Jim Crow 2.0. Yeah, that's true. But because, we think we're in the third world country, I tell you what, go to a second or third world country and try that entitled shit over there. Go. Yeah, go to the real Jamaica, the real Mexico, the real Thailand. Go to the real Philippines.
Well,
Yeah.
been here. Y'all remember when I came back and I told y'all this was a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. When I came back from Jamaica, it was eye-opening because I was not on anybody's resort. All right, I was in Kingston. I was in the muck. I was in the thick of it. Understand? For 2 weeks straight. All right, every day. All right, my in-laws live down there. We was living it. So we down there. People are on the side of the road selling lemons and squeegeeing windows. The water boys. Y'all see the water boys in Atlanta? That's real in Jamaica and places like that. Like that's how they live. Ain't no EBT. Big Mom Bonquisha got to go on the side of the road with her kids and sell coconuts, or her man. The guy gonna be over there with his I'm looking for his damn
machete.
He cutting up, sugar canes and coconuts. And the stuff grow off the trees. It's a way of life. It's all given to you. All you gotta do is work. Now, granted, you ain't gonna be rich, but you're gonna feed your family, get you some goats and some chickens. All right, you're gonna have a house. It is what it is.
It's delayed. You gotta practice delayed gratification. See, here we go. As poor folks and impoverished, the only way to get out, we must practice delayed gratification. But that's hard because delayed gratification calls for sacrifice. So, like Mr. X said, we got to chop these coconuts for the kids. But by the time we end our life and been chopping and selling coconuts, we done saved up a little stash. Now we done bought a couple goats during our journey. And now when we perish, now our kids got goats, coconuts, maybe some guineas, some chickens, and they got a better head start. But that's what we got to do to get out of this poverty mindset as a people. We got to
in the house.
Mr. Walker, you brought up like 2
You
weeks
got
ago.
your house in Jamaica. It's yours.
Yeah, most people own property, even the poorest people. Everybody got a house, it seems. And you're gonna pass this down to your kid. Everybody got something. It ain't so it is poverty, third world, but you see what I'm saying? There's levels to it.
What was you saying, Black Ham?
Mr. Walker, you brought it up like 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was like 3 weeks ago. You said all men start from zero. Because you were talking about how, growing up in the projects, it was like when you were getting out there after you got out of the playing football, you were like, you started at zero. And that's how all men start at. I mean, if you didn't grow up in an ultra rich family, if you black, you basically a black man is starting at zero. You have to work your way up. We don't have nothing innate that people want from us outside of labor and skills. And if you don't have that, you ain't got nothing. But I got to bounce, fellas. But I wanted to do something in honor of the man, the myth, the legend, Leon King. I got $5 New Zealand dollars. I got $5 New Zealand dollars, but I don't want it. I don't want it. Put it in this.
You got me interested in New Zealand now, brother. Appreciate you coming up, man. Yeah, we got to talk. I don't know if you in the Patreon, but I'm interested.
I'll join it. I've been meaning to join it. I ain't never seen the link though. I see y'all talking about it.
Yeah, brother, for sure. Jump in the Patreon. You definitely got some stuff to add to the conversations we have daily. But I'm interested in this New Zealand, man. Like,
I love it out here, man.
Like,
hey, Black Cam,
go ahead.
Black Cam, you gotta tear that $5. You gotta tear those $5 New Zealand dollars.
Oh
in
yeah,
half, though.
bro. This is like plastic though, bro. This shit don't rip. It's plastic. Our money is like polymer, bro. It don't rip. I can't rip it. I can't rip it.
What's the exchange rate? What's the exchange rate?
It is 1.6 New Zealand dollars to $1 American dollar right now, or 1.57 New Zealand dollars. So yeah, you come over here with American dollars, you spending, because I came over here after I sold my house. I had $100K and I just moved some money around, put in some investments, and I'm still working, but I don't got to if I don't want to. And I'm chilling.
Yeah, you know what, Black Ham? I can feel your energy, man. I hate this because you doing good. You're doing all right for yourself, but you were a little reluctant to say it because how people will view you. You a coon. You moved to New Zealand. You dare to do better. You went off on a limb and challenged yourself. You damn challenging coon. Shout out to the coons.
they really gonna be mad when I move to China next year because I've been learning Chinese for the past 2 years. Well, sure, Zhongwen.
Oh, you a uppity coon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it, brother. Keep doing your thing. Blessings to you, man.
See you brothers later, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. So here we go. We're gonna go around, start getting final thoughts. All right, what you got, G Honda? Welcome up. Don't be a stranger. Same thing, Black Ham. If you're still watching, come back, brother.
With that shiny ass mic, G Honda. Why you got that gloomy dark mic?
I'm the biggest. I'm the SBC stranger. So, but man, this whole EBT thing, man, it's getting real, y'all. Because I went to Whole Foods the other day, and they had the sheriffs patrolling the parking lot and the store. So they gearing up for this thing. Like, so, I mean, as the month's been winding down this year, they've been cutting off certain things from EBT and say they only can buy select things and select items. I mean, it's revving up, but man, this, be vigilant, man. Stay safe. Stay safe out there. That's all I got, man.
And one thing I'll say to piggyback off of that is a lot of these stores right now are talking about delivery only. They're going back to the C-19. Y'all remember where curbside or delivery. So they think about doing that, especially in higher crime areas. You won't even be able to go in some of these stores. They ready.
They taking precautions.
And they cutting off all the self-checkouts too, if they are allowing you in the stores.
It's gonna be bad. Yeah, because the self-checkout, yeah, that's easy work. I would imagine. Yeah, because Bonquisha looking to do a snatch and dash. She gonna run that little woman trying to ask you for your receipt. She get ran over, baby. Be careful out there. Go shopping in the morning if you can.
That part.
Yeah, man.
So what you got, Brother Swizzy? We appreciate you first time coming up.
For sure, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Now, I was about to say something closer to G Honda. I was just about to say, as men, I know we got stuff to do. We tired. But if you know that your people pay for food out of pocket and this do go through group text, hey, who need to go grocery shopping? I'm going with you just to protect your people's neck. Because it's going to get crazy out here if this really do go through. So as men, we got to protect our hyenas or our ladies. So that's all I wanted to say. Y'all be safe out there.
Amen, brother. For sure. That's a for sure right on, ladies. There you go. Y'all talking about we got all this dialogue, no solution. There you go. If this thing goes south, we are better protected in groups, at least two. Yeah, you know, Bonquisha want to go out there by herself, and people gonna definitely be parking lot jacking. Again, we trying to give y'all the perspective from Project Ghetto Babies. We were them. Yeah, I would wait in the parking lot when I went in my right mind before I was a God-fearing brother.
Not only that, but shout out to Didi, the delivery drivers. So it is what it is. The food has to get to the house somehow. So there is no food. They ain't moving this stuff underground in some tunnel. It ain't being dropped out of the air from a drone, or they ain't flying it. Somebody got to deliver it. And imagine it. It's going to be millions of armored trucks on the road, if you will. People, it's going to be heist. Hey, you think you're going to live in some rough area and you're going to be getting groceries delivered? Good luck.
Yeah! I don't know about some of y'all communities, but here in Pittsburgh, there are some project setups where it's one way in, one way out. Like if I'm sitting there during dark days and me and my cronies, we posted up near the gates and we watching unfamiliar cars, i.e. Uber Eats, Walmart delivery come through, and we tailing them to the place where they pop the trunk. Get out the way. This our stuff. That's why every hood I ever been in, they stopped delivering pizza. I don't know where y'all grew up, but yeah, any hood I grew up in, there wasn't no pizza being delivered because they was gonna get jacked.
Also, this goes back to the times when people used to take trick-or-treat bags and stuff. There's a point in time, yeah, you got to go trick-or-treating with your big brother or something. Because, yeah, somebody see you walking down the street, you got a big old knapsack, give me that. My candy now.
That's how we earned our stripes as youngsters, man. Heck shit, we had pillowcases. Big old pillowcase full of candy, dragging it. And back in the day, we could be out. Halloween was the only day we could be out without getting in trouble so late. You'd be out till 1 a.m. on Halloween because everybody was outside. It really was awesome. But you come in, the bullies come catch you. You either gonna run, drop your bag like a punk and let them have it, or you gonna fight. Yeah, I went too fast. So you can't have my candy.
Yeah, had to fight. So welcome to the hood. What you got, brother? Red Pill, welcome up.
I just want to say to my fellow Americans, regardless of your race, that Section 8, EBT, SNAP, whatever you want to call it, all these social programs are a privilege and a blessing. They're not a right. So, and last but not least, at the end of the day, it is your responsibility to take care of your children and nobody else's. And people like to say, well, the government's supposed to help the kids and help all that, help the citizens. Well, the government will help you help yourself, but the government don't have to take care of you. But people really think that's the case. And at the end of the day, you're the architect of your own life, and you get out of life what you put into it. So it's a wake-up call for people who underachieve and have no ambition and drive. It's time to get out there and do something because they could snatch the rug from under your feet at any time, and you don't want to be caught slipping.
That's love, brother. Red Pill. They can't hear you though. They can't hear you. That's concern. But they can't hear you, man. Appreciate you.
So I'm gonna get you in, brother Leon. What you got? Final thoughts. You gotta unmute yourself. You got them big old fingers in that little phone, and it ain't cooperating.
Big old chunky gout fingers. Come on, Leon.
I'm on my laptop, dude. Look, I got a bachelor. One of my degrees is a Bachelor of Science in Computer Information Systems. I hate using a phone to use my internet. Now, I grew up with a computer. So anyway, as far as learning computers, I was the first class in my high school.
Awesome. Good job. Good. What you got? You know, I remember, since you want to keep, I remember me and Miss X was working. and I don't like climbing ladders. Even though I was a firefighter, and we sit there and we on the ground, and I said something. I'm climbing up the ladder, and I said I ain't trying to go on this roof, and I said something to Mr. I said, shit, I'm a firefighter, ninja. He said to get your firefighters on the roof. Okay. So what I'm saying, Leon, don't talk about it, be about it, Mr. Computer Wizard. Shit.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, dude. If you knew about me, you would run. You would never allow me on this podcast again if you really knew who the fuck Leon King was.
Who you is?
Yes, you do. Do you know what my name means?
Tell me your real name.
My real name means something too. My first name means
Gargamel?
No. My first name means west of the meadow or western meadow is English. Leon is French. It means lion. My last name means handmaid of God, but it's French. Napoleon had a colonel or general in his army with the same last name as mine. My last name, King, is my mother's maiden name. Leon, as you know, is my means lion.
Hold on. Are you trying to say you as great as one of Napoleon's generals?
No, I'm saying that.
I'm trying to say, what kind of parallels are you drawing?
No.
And Haiti defeated Napoleon, but go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is this: is that look, I got all emotional over this movie that I've seen 1,000 times.
Claudine.
It's called Claudine. The soundtrack is just as good as the movie. The movie's soundtrack was written by Curtis Mayfield, and there's a song up there called Mr. Welfare. And it's listen to that song. Get the fuck away from Mr. Welfare. There's a verse in there that says he's worse than the Klan himself. Get the fuck away from Mr. Welfare just as fast as you can. If you want to know, look, that man married that woman who had 6 kids and was on welfare because she was a good woman. He had no intentions of keeping that family on welfare. He had no intentions. Look at that movie in the beginning. You'll see her and the kids walking together. At the end of the movie, you see the addition of him. They had to bring back Lawrence Hilton Jacobs. He had finished the movie. They had to bring his ass back for that last scene. Look, movies imitate life, and life can imitate movies. You know, look, have a good damn soundtrack to your life. Gladys Knight, that is one of the few movies where the soundtrack of the movie is just like Sergio, the spaghetti westerns, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was written around the soundtrack. The car wash, the fucking who was that? Rolls Royce said they had all intentions of making that soundtrack better than the movie in the movie Car Wash. If you're gonna live your life, make sure you got a damn good soundtrack that goes along with your life.
I like that.
All right, let me ask you this, Leon. You said something about a man getting with a woman that had 6 kids and she was on welfare. I'm stuck on that. Was those his kids?
No. She had 2 marriages and 2 almost
I asked you that. You sound like Bonquisha. You sound like I didn't ask you.
No, what I'm trying to say is that
she was a good wife to a husband.
No,
that's
look,
just good.
have you ever seen the movie?
You have to stop. Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up.
Oh, man, Leon.
Look, watch the movie. Watch the movie. And look, I understand how it sounds. I understand how it sounds, man.
I'm gonna watch it because you bring up the movie Claudine every time you come up here. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Look, dude, I'm trying to tell you, stepfathers used to look. There's a scene in that movie where they're celebrating his Father's Day because his own damn kids didn't send him a card or nothing, but they were celebrating Father's Day for him, man. Look, watch that movie.
Do you think that's relevant or responsible to tell young men today?
No. What I'm telling men today is there are outliers out here. There are outliers out here. The reason why he got with her was because she was a good damn woman. Do you understand that this woman had no shit? Look, there's a scene in there where she's talking about welfare, and I'm saying to the people who are on welfare to get the fuck away from Mr. Welfare. That's what Curtis Mayfield wrote about, and that's what Curtis Mayfield wrote the song, and Diane and Gladys Knight made that song. That soundtrack, hers, man. I'm trying to tell you, dude. You know, it's just like The Godfather. There are nuggets in The Godfather that, you know, if a man was applied to his life, he could make it.
This movie sounds like a psyop. It sounds like a psyop to get black men to come save single mothers.
No,
and like a bunch of Tyler Perry movies. That's all psyops.
If you have not seen it, then you don't know, dude. You're speaking on things that you don't know.
Kevin's talking about the movie Claudine. Kevin Samuels referenced the movie many times, so it's something there. I don't know what the message is, but yeah, we definitely ain't telling anybody to, you know, get with a woman with 6 kids and not maintain your sanity.
Look, there's even a scene where the dude's best friend is talking to him about them kids. He said, look, man, you get in an argument, she got grown boys, you get in an argument with her and hit you over the head with the frying pan. No more argument.
But the dude did it anyway in the movie, right? And it so-called had a happy ending. That's the psyop part.
Yes.
It ain't no happy ending to that shit.
Hey, look, in 1970, when the movie was written in 1974, there was.
So,
hey,
like,
look, there's a scene in the movie at the end of the movie where the guy, where the Lawrence Hilton Jacobs, the militant son, right, the oldest child, him and the group that he's affiliated with, like a Black Panther thing, and they were saying no, they was marching on the welfare office saying no jobs, no welfare, jobs, no welfare. And when the cops tried to get them, right, chasing them, and the James Earl Jones said, "That's my son."
So what it sounds like, Leon, you know, probably chewing up the meat and spitting out a lot of bones, if you will.
Look, there's a lot of meat in this movie.
A lot of meat. That's what she said. That's my wife told me. But listen, let me get these super chats real quick, Leon.
Appreciate you, Nice. There's great dialogue. I prefer when it's not yelling. Yeah, same here. Appreciate you, Unc V Stream. Brother Red Pill says, "Coons to the moon." We see you. Appreciate your sister Jessica coming to 20 ball. Thank you, sister.
Appreciate you.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
Sister Jessica.
Appreciate you, brother Derek Greenway. Says, "Give me some food stamps, knowing what I know now." Yeah, shoot. Appreciate you. Ayo Boomaye, ain't seen you in a while. Says, "So do you fellas plan on taking a week off after the challenge is over?" No, y'all deserve it. We appreciate it, but no, I ain't gonna take a week off.
Definitely a few days for sure, like Mr. Walker's telling you.
Yeah.
We'll see. Stay tuned. We don't know yet. We still
might be gone forever. Who knows?
And shout out to Brother Tall. Come through with $28 in the Cash App. He says this is for 28 days later. Great movie.
Ah, yes, it is. They got a new one now. Ain't like 28 years later. You got to catch up on them things.
Appreciate you. Look at Leon. Yeah. Leon is one of the 28 years later. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He one of the safe havens. Appreciate you, B. Wyatt. Says apparently most countries manipulate the size of the continents to their favor. Don't nobody do it like the good old US of A, though. Appreciate you, Uncle Tall, always coming through. Says Gavin Walker, you should watch Claudine because the movie is very relevant for perspective. Okay, you could do a show off of it. Yeah, like I said, shout out to Kev. He referenced it often. I'm gonna check it out.
I'm gonna watch it now, and I don't want to, but I'm gonna do.
I seen a little clip. I seen a small little clip, and I seen it's. I'm gonna check it out. It got my attention.
Okay.
Appreciate you, Nais. Says Leon gonna make me rewatch Claudine. There you go. That's our homework assignment. Everybody get your Claudine watch on. We all gonna watch it.
Shout out to Unc Baba T come through with a 20 ball sponsoring the show. He says, nice discussion, minus the knuckleheads.
Appreciate you, Unc. That's one of them old 20s. That 20 old boy.
I want to get Unc in. Because obviously Unc know a lot about Claudine. So what? Fill us in. Where we off base with this?
Me. Oh, man. Leon had me really actually reminiscing the movie, and I started feeling some stuff. You know, back then, stepfathers were, they were held up high.
They were valued.
So now, no, definitely, I wouldn't suggest that. I mean, if it is an outer, that would be 1 out of 20. So I don't know what to say about that, man. But the movie is beautiful. You should see it, man.
I'm gonna check it out. That's the picture I figured they were trying to paint on. That back then they were honorable. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It might have you crying, okay? So
no, really. I would check it out.
Beautiful emotions in the movie of our people.
I was crying. I was crying. I was. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, man. It's deep. But we ask. My final thoughts. It's so many resources. You got these big old churches and everything. They pulling all this money. The church used to be the backbone of the community. So people need to be talking to them churches that you go on every Sunday to and putting your tithes in and everything, and also, people have to know how to see. We were poor when I came up. We didn't even know we was poor, eating beans and rice and cornbread and sour milk. My favorite meal was rice and butter and sugar. Okay, we was poor, man. We didn't know it, So we grew up on, like I told you, Mr. Gavin X. I said, I'll probably live longer than you because I ate real food. You all food. So the molecules in my body are a lot stronger than you all's is. And I know I've been eating vegetables my whole life, oatmeal. So people know you can survive on that stuff. Oatmeal, vegetable salad. I mean, hey, man, it's real simple.
Well, listen, I'll say this: if you survive me, just make sure you share the content, keep the message going. That's all I have.
Yeah. Hey, and I also got down there. I texted said, keep a bag, a bug out bag available.
Facts. We're on the same page, Unc. Facts, for sure.
If you don't know what a bug out bag is, look it up and it give you a list of items that you need available. Sea rations and everything.
I do. You're not about to outlive me, though, Unc. I resent that. I'm gonna live to be at least 120.
Shout out to Unc. What you got, Red Pill?
James Earl Jones was a simp in that movie. That boy was a certified simp. Claudine.
He was. He's like my uncle. I see.
Like kind of just getting through some of it. She really got 6. Yeah, she got 6 big ass kids, man. that don't look nothing like him. And it's like insane.
He was not a simp. That nigga won the Golden Globe Award. Diane Carroll was nominated for an Oscar. The second black woman ever nominated for that position outside of Dorothy Dandridge. The movie was written by two white folks, a husband and a wife.
Wait, hold on, wait. You keep bringing up these awards. Halle Berry got an Oscar for Monsters Ball. That don't mean nothing. What? So
I understand that, but I'm just trying to say, black folks don't watch that movie because that movie was so real. It was even referenced in Good Times when JJ got shot. Hey, look, James Earl Jones' nickname in the black community is JJ.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm definitely gonna check it out. It's like I said, we looking at this through modern eyes. You know, you talking about a woman with
modern. Haven't you heard Trouble Man by Marvin Gaye? What's going on by Marvin Gaye?
Sure.
That's relevant today. When Harold Melvin sang that song, fuck Bad Luck, said the man said he wasn't gonna give it up. But I woke up one morning and got me a paper and sat down and saw that the man said he wasn't gonna give it up, didn't buy it and give it up. All of that shit is relevant for today.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you, Leon. Granted, now, yes or no, it's a two-part question. Are men today respected like men back then? And are the women today as respectful as those women?
Hell no. Diane Carroll was a feminine woman.
So where we at then? So where we at?
That's what I was saying. We looking through.
I was mourning for the past. I was grieving for the past. That shit is gone. My mother told me a long time ago. She said, baby, the woman that you looking for, they don't make them like that no more. Nigga, I got 2 Bachelor of Science degrees. I'm a motherfucking teacher, and I'm spending the night alone.
Listen, Leon, I don't care if it's 1828. Marrying a woman with 6 kids has always been some loser shit. I don't care if it's 13, 14. Marrying a woman with 6 kids is always, has always, and will always be some loser shit.
There are outliers, dude.
No, here's now.
Sometimes my dookie don't stink.
Let me say this. Let me say this. I often have talked about, you know, I understood back in the day, all right, back in the glory days, whenever, you know, Mr. Hardworking factory worker guy would come across a widowed woman.
Yes.
Or something like that. Okay, now hold up now. He wasn't going and making her his woman. He was like, you know what? You my little side family. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna give you a few, but he went home to his wife.
Wait, hold on. In the beginning, James Earl Jones and Diane Carroll decided in the beginning when they were eating fried chicken at his house on the first date that they was just gonna enjoy each other until it came to an end. But that nigga didn't want to let it go because he knew a good woman. Boy, you need to watch that movie, man.
We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it.
It's on YouTube.
Well, here's the deal. We're gonna watch. I see y'all saying do a show on it. Y'all ain't gonna like our perspective, but
Dude, you need to do a show on it.
Okay.
Look, they will not show that movie because it's too damn real. Everybody want to be rich on the internet. We was never rich people except in our perspectives of our families in this country. The first millionaire was somebody who made a product that straightened out fucking hair.
I'll say this, Leon. All right, we're gonna get you to relax, Leon. You know your heart rate getting up. Calm down, Leon. We can't have you pass out on camera.
I gotta take my Percocet.
Listen, relax, Leon. Here we are, though. We appreciate y'all coming up. Baba T, what you got? Any final words, Baba T? I'm gonna mute you here.
Oh,
what
wait,
you got?
I like you brothers, man, because you all have me laughing, man. I'll be like, y'all are fools on here, man. And that's why I like watching you all. And, this is a really nice podcast, and what it does is allow a bunch of melanated men get together and try to see what problems we can solve together. So that's the most important part of this thing. And man, I reminisce about how our people were in the past, man. Black love, strong love, man. But you should watch a lot of them black exploitation movies.
Yeah.
You all will find them a trip, man. You'll be like, yeah, kick that whitey's ass. That's how it was, man.
Shout out to James Brown.
It's been a pleasure, man, rocking with you brothers tonight, man. I really enjoyed myself. As always.
Appreciate you.
But if you give smoke, I got some smoke to give you. I have you changing your diapers. You hear me?
and shout out to Rachel. Here she go.
Appreciate you, Rachel. What you got here? She says, I have the DVD of Claudine. She has 6 kids, never married, and on welfare, and James Earl Jones was a super simp.
2 marriages. 2 marriages. She had 2 marriages and 2 almost marriages. If you got the DD, I love you, Rachel, but God damn it, I know my facts.
Sound like Claudine for the streets.
Legal marriage, or did they jump the broom?
No, there were 2 marriages.
Legal.
We're gonna find out. I'm definitely gonna find out. Might be tonight.
Her oldest son got a vasectomy to try to prevent him from having a kid. Look, you need to watch that movie. Look, he was actually naked in the movie.
All right, Leon. A woman?
Diane Carroll would not get really naked like that because she said, I got kids. She was a proper woman.
Did she get naked in the movie?
Yeah, she got naked.
All right. I thought you said he. You said she.
I said, but James Earl Jones was naked too.
If you take your top lip and connect it to your bottom lip, you will shut the fuck up. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is the best thing you can do.
That's it.
I don't want to see Darth Vader naked.
You try to see Mufasa's hiney?
I do not want to see Darth Vader naked.
Look, but for real though, that you guys could do a show for a week on that movie, just going by different sections and everything. Even when that nigga said, look, I told you for every tear that my mother shed, it's gonna cost you some blood.
We're gonna check it out, man, because y'all making this thing sound like it's this deep, baby.
Watch it with your wives. Watch it with your wives. Look, get that Axe Pop secret. See, I got the heart attack butter. See, get yourself. See, I got the heart attack butter. You know what I'm saying? So get yourself that heart attack butter popcorn. Pop that thing and watch it with your wives, and I guarantee you that you and your wives will be staying up and talking about that movie, and then looking for the damn soundtrack. Okay. On and on. Shit, that's where that song, getting with the kissing, loving with, yeah, nigga. What?
I tell you this, Claudine ain't better than Django.
Facts. Ooh,
that
ninja on that nag. He said, how long I won't been in that hot box?
Claudine, it was apples and oranges. Claudine was the Django of that time. Niggas don't want to watch Django because they mad because old girl was in that hot box.
Damn day.
Hey, look, they reference old boy when he dropped that cane and said, nigga, they gonna find you. Look, Django was mine. Django, man, motherfucking Django's on YouTube. Look, Django, look, you need to watch Foxy Brown. You need to watch these black exploitation where these women were slim and strong. Fucking afro out the hill. Look, man, fucking Angela Davis, know who the fuck she was, man. These are, yeah, she eat pussy now, but hey, but you know.
Okay. Let me get the rest of these, Leon. Let me get the rest of these.
Appreciate you, Uncle Tall. All right. Says there is a scene where the social worker came to the house to make sure there wasn't a man in the house. Kev used to talk about that scene. There you go.
Okay.
And I lived this. I lived that scene. I remember sitting in the living room and my stepdaddy laying on the couch, and it was a knock at the door. It was a white woman, and he got a grown man working in the steel mill, jumped up and ran out the back door before she came in. And they come in the house looking for evidence that it's a man. They're looking for boots. They're looking for pictures. Lived it.
That's wild.
Appreciate Young B streaming. Says we should watch Claudine for Halloween because that ish is a horror movie.
Okay, so you seen it, Unc. Okay. We ain't seen it yet.
No, just the premise. The premise is a horror movie. It's like some Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy Krueger. One woman, 6 kids. God knows how many baby daddies. That is a horror movie.
He wanted to save her. I got a fake uncle like this. And I talked to him. I said, Uncle, why you married? This is like, I respect my elders. I had to have this conversation. I said, why you married that woman? He said, I thought I could save her. He was tall, 2 master's degrees, played basketball, handsome brother. So I had questions. I said, why you married fake aunt? And she had kids. He said, I thought I could save her. I said, none of your friends tried to warn you? He said, they did. So
if I had a dream that I made this decision, I'd probably wake up panicking like a motherfucker, man. I would wake up sweating, oh God, like this. No.
Yeah, that's a lot. 6 kids. Yeah, can't do that.
Money.
Shout out to Baba T. He come back in the cash out with a 10 ball. We appreciate you. He says, get the 5-part DVD of Hidden Colors.
Oh, Unc. I watched Django and 3 of the Hidden Colors all in the same day. I wasn't allowed to go outside for a while. I had so much rage in me.
Yeah, shout out to Unc. Yeah, I watched them. I haven't seen 5. I think I watched up to 4. But yeah, Unc, talk about it. Let the people know.
Oh, well, I just said, get Hidden Colors Part 1 through 5. And the 5th one deals on Haiti and the resources that's under her earth. Okay? That's the 5th one. That's why there's always been instability in Haiti. You know, remember it was under French rule. So yeah, they want that money up under there.
There you go. And you know who owns the debt to Haiti still to this day?
Yes.
Who?
France.
Say it.
France.
Citibank. Yes, yeah. France and Citibank.
Yes.
Citibank to this day holds this unpayable debt on Haiti.
That's right.
So if you can, I know it's hard. Don't deal with Citibank.
Hey, look. They ostracized Haiti because they got their independence.
That's right. The
revolution was gonna spread.
There you go.
Ever since then,
it was gonna spread. Hey, look, it's just like that nigga said. If you let blacks have equality, there's gonna be a mongoloid race. You see, white women love black dick.
All right. Let me get the rest of these.
Shout out to Brother Redfield. We got it. I said, Leon is Captain Saber 304. Appreciate you, Rachel. Says Claudine's 6 kids had different dads too. Knock it off, Leon. We're gonna find out, Sister Rachel.
Okay, y'all gonna make us do this, huh? Yeah, we are. So I'm gonna get you in real quick, JW. We getting out of here. I'm gonna get you got what you got. You got a quick minute? What you got?
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. Been checking in your show in and out and whatnot. I was thinking about the stats and stuff that you're talking about earlier. The truth be told, they can mess around with the numbers however they want based on policies. That the policies and the money. If there's money in the play and stuff, the policy's in place. If there's no policy, there's no money in it.
Bottom line. So there you go. Leon, what you got? Something quick? I know what you got.
Okay. There's a scene in the movie Claudine, and she's talking to her oldest son about, and he's like, Mama, you just want me to be afraid. She said, you better be afraid because that world would kill you. Guess what? Fear will hold you back from accomplishing your purpose in life. Fear will hold you back from taking a 5-gallon bucket and planting your own white potatoes. A 5-gallon bucket, you can plant your own vegetables. I had white people live right beside me, brought me some cherry tomatoes. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, and guess how she grew them? Right outside her house on the, it was like a hanging fruit. Do you know that there's a grapevine? When they got evicted, I was a grapevine that I was eating on half the summer. I'm transplanting that grapevine in February. I just got a pear off my tree today. It's in the refrigerator right now. I got pecans that I'm ashamed to say that I got a pecan tree because those pecans, I ate one, boy, I'm trying to tell you, was better than store-bought. What I'm trying to tell you is get the fuck away from the government as far as you can. It used to be you got on with the government, it was safety. It used to be that if you got your EBT, you didn't have to worry about people coming over and looking up your ass and seeing if there was a man up in there. But right now, that's what they're doing. Right now, you are a slave to the system, baby. And the system tells you to jump, and you got to say, how high? Get away from this. Look, if you need help, get a little bit of help. But don't be looking at that for a lifestyle. These women going down there but proud to get that Section 8 and all that shit. Get the fuck away from that shit. That shit used to be a shame. Get away from that.
Well, it's gone. They ain't got it. You know what? Is the decision seems to have been made for them. Ain't no need to get away from it. It got away from them, so it's done.
That's all I got to say. But watch that movie, Claudine. You guys need to do a show on that movie.
We're gonna do it. So we're gonna watch it. All right, give us a week or two to watch it, but we're gonna do that. Shout out to y'all for coming up. Awesome show. We appreciate all y'all.
For sure. Thank y'all, man. This was awesome. Appreciate you, brother Red Pill. Says, play the 6 Kids Kudakata. Good clip for Claudine. My Kudakata is good.
Let me see if I can grab it here where we at.
But I know I got 6 children. Sure do. So that tell you that this Kudakata was good. It was real good. It was good. Finger licking good. You hear me? Go get you what you want.
Shout out to Claudine. She got what she wanted. She got her whole big old James Earl Jones, big old monster of a man. Shout out to Claudine. That Kudakata was spectacular, baby.
Facts. So listen, shout out to you, brother Swizzy. We appreciate you. Red Pill, we appreciate you, Baba T. Baba T came through and sponsored the show. That's too dope, man.
Thanks, yeah. Appreciate you, Unc. We proud of you. We look up to you. You're doing your job. We proud of you, Unc. Appreciate all that you do. Appreciate your service and your gyms.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, brothers. I'm here. I'm going to be
sir.
here along the show here. Now, during the evenings a lot, I'm doing a lot of other stuff. I look at a lot of different podcast. I monitor what's on TV and what's being fed to our children. So if that ever comes up, I can give you my insight on that. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, so I'm all over the place getting information.
Yes, sir.
Listen, we appreciate you coming up. All right. We know you and Beans had a little spilling over. We apologize for Beans disrespecting his elders. You know, we can do a much better job. You know,
That's
we
all
build.
right. I knew I was gonna have them crashing out. Your representative can only go so far.
You know, sometimes we try to let us all grow, man. We try to help police ourselves, if you will, but we'll do a better job at moderating and whatnot. Like that.
He can't handle it though. Okay.
There you go. Appreciate
all right,
you.
my fellas. Peace and love to you.
Yes, sir.
Brother. So here we are, Truth Over Lies family. We made it through another show. We appreciate y'all. Y'all know this is day 28. We'll be back up here tomorrow for day 29 over at SPC.
We move it, man. Awesome conversation. Shout out to everybody came up on the panel. Shout out to the chat. Y'all wilding per usual. There we go. We get somewhere. What did we take from this? I took some quick notes. Shout out to EV. He said, change the mindset. No victim cards. All right. These are the messages we got this evening. Somebody said, I said this, acknowledge the racism with our actions. All right. Well, I was looking at some of the detractors in the comments talking about we don't acknowledge the racism. I don't believe it benefits us to acknowledge it with our words. Sitting here complaining, we've done it. We have done it. We grew up doing it with our kinfolk. This complain about this. No, shut your mouth. Take in new information and knowledge. Use it to your good and move accordingly. Acknowledge racism with your actions. And I don't know who said this. Fear stops dreams. My goodness, that was somebody's closing argument. Fear stops dreams. I think that was Leon King. Actually, that is so true. What is it? Brave is being afraid of something, but still, going through with it. Being brave is being afraid of taking action, but still doing. You be afraid afterwards. I was terrified of joining the football team when I was a little kid, but I was more afraid of not trying. I was scared to become the firefighter. Who the heck want to run to a burning building? But I was more afraid of having to live with myself and not taking that challenge, which was in my heart. I was terrified of becoming an MMA fighter, getting into a cage, and the only way they're going to stop somebody got to be dang near unconscious. But you do it. You do it. Fear stops you from accomplishing your dreams. No fear. I like that, Leon King.
That part. So, yeah, I know a lot of people get emotional and roused up with the political religion talks, but yeah, it is what it is. I would say for the people, go out in the streets and do the work. If you are that passionate about it, which I am not, because if I was, I would be out in the streets. I would be, running for mayor or something, but go out and do some work. All right. Sitting in the comments and, all that ain't doing nothing. Even up here on these panels, if you are really that strongly, if you feel that strongly about it, go do the work and show people what you're doing. That would be a good message.
There you go. Shout out to Baba T. I like his message of just coming in contact with youngsters out and about and, just being kind to them. How you doing, young brother? Blessings to you. I've started practicing this. I missed an opportunity today, so I'm kind of beating myself up. But yeah, volunteer our time. I like to go read at my elementary school anytime they will invite me. I go read to the kids and I have a good time. I relate. I, pour life into them, tell them that they can, do all that good stuff. We have to start being out in the streets where the work is real, as Kev said. Yeah, me and Miss X up here, this is work. This is making some progress at the very same time out in the real world as well, man. Got to walk it like we talk it.
That part. So, yeah, all the folks out there, go out and save some lives. All right. Depending on which side you on. I don't think everybody's always going to be on one side. There's always going to be different messages. I like to sit back and take it all in. All right. Especially early on here with the show. As time go on, we're going to see, some of the stuff will manifest. We'll see what's going on, but I don't know enough to be that emotional about it. I'm just taking it in and seeing what's going on.
True. Same here. You know, I don't mind asking questions. I have some light opinions when it comes to politics and stuff, but just moving through life, I guess being poor and impoverished, I I believe that, or at least believe, don't have the time, don't have the right, the luxury to be worried about politics. Go to work. And I don't know, maybe it's just PTSD, but I've always maintained that mentality. I don't care how expensive gas is. I don't care how much eggs cost. I need to work more hours. You know, that's just the way I see it. I got to work more. I got to provide for it don't matter how much it costs. Just do the best we can. That includes, it ain't all about shout to beans. The answer may not necessarily be making more money. I understand, easier said than done. I respect that. But you can budget. Be smarter with your money. These things go a long way. There you go, DD. Sacrifice. Some sacrifice of some sort.
And put the work in. Like I said, we should be too busy to know what other people are doing. That's my greatest thing. I can tell y'all what I do every day, down to the T. It might take hours to sit here and tell you everything. And no part of it is sitting around and wasting time. And I don't know what any other race of people or anybody else is doing. So just start doing the work and get stuff done.
Done and done. That's our motto.
So we'll be back up here tomorrow. Shout out to all the show sponsors, Baba T. Shout out to Brother Tall. Shout out to Lucifer. Yeah! Boom, shout out to everybody in the super chats. Rachel. I think she is the big sponsor tonight. She came through. Brother Omni, Frederick Howard, Unc B. Streetman, Ayo, Brother Derek, Black Ham Radio. We're going to check this brother out. He definitely got to tap in with us over here because he got the knowledge as well.
Yeah, salute to you, brother New Zealand, man. Heck yeah, man. You done piqued my curiosity, brother. Blessings to you.
That part. Like I said, shout out to Jessica. Shout out to Rachel. We appreciate y'all.
Rachel, I'm gonna hit you up in the Patreon messages. Talk to you about some stocks, see what you got, sister. You always coming through, showing love, showing support. Yeah, gonna pick your brain, sister, if you don't mind.
That part. So we'll be back up here tomorrow. What's today? Wednesday, I believe. Sister Raquel is live with time 9 o'clock. We will be over with Raquel. Make sure y'all go over, check her out, subscribe to her channel.
There we go. Shout out to all the Rosebuds and Rose Thorns. We'll be over there rocking out with Miss Raquel, telling us her stories. Salute to Raquel.
And shout out to Olawa dropping the Patreon. Shout out to Sister Ebony Dean. We appreciate y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow. Until then, I'm Gavin X.
I am Mr. Walker.
And we are Carpet for the Horse Productions.
A good afternoon.